We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
Weights have been lifted. Sprints have been run. Preparation for today's game is history. It's time to get it done. You're listening on MichiganSportsRadio.com.
MIS sees some speed records, but not from race cars, and a full day of soccer finals leads to some last-minute victories. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. There are 4 newly crowned boys soccer champions after a great Saturday of 4 finals, all at Grand Ledge High School. The first game of the day, the Division IV final, saw Western Michigan Christian knock off Madison Heights Bishop Foley 3-0. The Warriors got 2 goals from Takalin Vlasma and 1 from Charlie Bersma in the win. In Division III, Jack Kaminga scored with less than 10 minutes remaining to give Hudsonville Unity Christian a 3-2 victory over Detroit Country Day. The title is the Crusaders' 6th. Grand Rapids Christian is the champ in Division II. The Eagles scored all 3 goals in the second half in a 3-0 win over Mason. John Cassidy netted twice. And in the final game of the night, Troy Athens scored a goal with just 2 minutes left to tie it against Brighton, and then they won it in overtime on a Manny Abido goal. Athens now has 6 boys soccer championships. Complete coverage of all 4 divisions, including box scores, can be found at MHSAA.com. Girls soccer practice starts on March 11th, with the first games being played on March 20th, and the girls soccer finals will be June 14th and 15th from Michigan State University. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the last week. First up, Jenison Junior swimmer Sophia Umstead. She was a perfect 4 for 4 at the OK Red Conference meet, leading Jenison to their 2nd straight league title. Belleville quarterback Bryce Underwood. The junior was 21 of 25 for 312 yards and 4 TD passes, plus he added a touchdown run in a 65-14 district final win over Saline. And to Deckerville's Hunter Garza, he ran for 2 touchdowns and threw for another in a 34-32 win over Portland St. Patrick. The win sends Deckerville to the 8-player semifinals.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with the MHSAA's Director of Officiating Services, Sam Davis.
His 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line when the quarterback throws a pass high over the middle. It goes over the outstretched hands of the receiver, hits the crossbar of the goalpost, and ricochets back towards the receiver, who is able to grab it while standing in the end zone. Is this a touchdown? It is not. Once a pass hits the crossbar or uprights of the goalpost, the pass is dead. It is an incomplete pass, and now it's 4th and goal. So, they send out the field goal unit, and the kick hits the upright, also bounces back into the field of play. Is the ball returnable by either team? Nope. Once it hits the goalpost and comes back onto the field, it's a missed field goal. The defense now takes over, 1st and 10.
Thanks, Sam. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, go to the MHSAA website now to register. November 4th will go down as one of the fastest days at Michigan International Speedway as numerous cross-country finals records were broken. Let's start with the fastest. Rachel Forsyth of Ann Arbor Pioneer shattered the all-division record, turning in a time of 16:28, nearly 24 seconds faster than any girl has run at finals. It's her second D1 individual championship. Romeo won the team title. Hart Jr. Jessica Jazwinski set a Lower Peninsula Division III record en route to picking up her second straight individual title. Jackson Lumen Christie won the team title in D3. And a record was set in Division IV as Aiden Heron won her second straight finals and etched her name atop the list of fastest ever in D4. On the boys' side, Freeland's TJ Hansen broke the Division II record. He ran the course in 14:52.8. Ada Forest Hills Eastern was first amongst teams in Division II. Complete coverage, standings, and results from all 4 divisions for both the boys and the girls can be found at MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll see you next week.
Start step up the middle of the field, 40, big hole 50, he's gone 45, at the 30, left sideline 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Jaden Terry. The tank for Lansing give read option keeper whole bunch of space. At the 40, got the 35, 30, up the middle of the field, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Bryce Underwood. And welcome to game night. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Tim with you here. At the 14-yard line, will be offset by Tyson Mann. Jimmy's over the 30, burst of speed at the 40, right sideline 50, able to get away from the tackle, walking the tightrope at the 30, 25-20, all alone, 10-5, touchdown Granville. Snap to Underwood from the gun, fake handoff on the RPO, thrown left side, caught Yarbrough, sidesteps the defender at the 5, walks in the end zone, touchdown Belleville. The Tigers put it away, 34-17, they're going to go back-to-back. Fake handoff, keeper left side over the 45-yard line, upside the number of the 40, 35-30, left sideline 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, 7 touchdowns for Mason McKenzie, and Caledonia has just about served this one up on ice. And hello everyone, and welcome to Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. The MGN Road to Detroit rolls on. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, and we're at Lynn C. Adams Stadium in the middle of the state, East Lansing, for a D2 clash between a couple of teams, Chandler, that have got all the storylines you could ask for coming into this one. First off, Byron Center, the Bulldogs, coming off a miraculous, a gutsy, last-second win over reigning state runner-up Caledonia last time, and East Lansing, a legendary head coach, Bill Feraco, a Hall of Famer on their sideline. They started 0-2, Chandler, but they're looking for a 10th straight win. These teams could not be playing any better. They could not have more momentum, and we could not be ready for a more perfect matchup of two teams that have such a similar style and a similar grit.
Yeah, really going to be an interesting clash between these two teams when you've got an East Lansing team that after starting in the year 0-2 now finds himself on a roll with full strength with some of their star players back, riding into the playoffs, and the Byron Center team can't come off a more impressive win than what they had last week against a really good team in Caledonia at the last second. So find themselves a long road trip here to East Lansing, but definitely still riding some of that momentum. And we'll see what happens here tonight.
Absolutely. So much to get to, and we're going to get to all of it here in our Centennial Securities pregame show. Let's step aside, have a quick feature, hear from a couple of our presenting sponsors, and we'll be back to start to break this one down. Byron Center, East Lansing. It is a regional final in Division II here, MHSAA football playoffs, and the MGN Road to Detroit rolls on. We'll be right back. The drama only the high school football postseason can bring. The long odds facing a reigning state runner-up that just scored 72 points the week before. at their house. And oh yeah, down 21-7 early to boot. But for Byron Center, Coach Marc Cisco, and a relentless and experienced, yet still young group, their ride was not going to end. And instead, their night ended in the moment of the year in Michigan high school football. But now, an opponent that also knows a thing or two about adversity. East Lansing and their Hall of Fame sideline boss, Bill Feraco, started the year 0-2, with their offense failing to score more than 12 in either contest. But things changed quickly. A 70-0 thrashing of Okemos would start the run through the CAA Blue Conference, as they've now won 9 in a row and have scored 5 or more touchdowns in all but one of those contests. Physicality on both ends and a shutout-ready defense still leads the day for both teams. East Lansing have yet to allow more than 3 touchdowns in any game this year, while Byron Center has pitched multiple shutouts in the tough OK White Conference. The Bulldogs are led by their standout junior quarterback, Landon Tungate, taking over full-time signal caller duties in 2023. The 5'11 junior is the definition of a dual threat, with his quick legs and ability to find dangerous targets like another second-year junior, top-level prospect Isaac Lee, who has showed out all season on both sides of the ball, including a pair of touchdowns and an INT in the district final. A third second-year varsity junior is the talented tailback and linebacker Luke Laska, whose power and speed rides a big offensive line with a host of tight end and fullbacks to control the run game up front. The Trojans run their multiple offense behind a junior quarterback of their own. Benjamin Fletcher orchestrates an offense that switches between spread and power concepts out of the gun, single back, and I form, with an ability to strike any and all open targets. Jace Clarizio, yet another standout junior, is one of the top-ranked running backs in Michigan for his class, and is the perfect option for the Trojan multiple attack, leading the straight-ahead power run game out of the eye and breaking it outside for dashing runs in the spread. Like Byron Center, they feature a wealth of options out wide and helping lead the way at fullback and tight end. But it's the East Lansing defense, fueled by the likes of massive senior D tackle Javon Thomas and multiple two-way standouts in an elite secondary like BJ Wyndham and Charlie Baker, that again may be the key in trying to protect home field from the attacking Bulldogs. Two teams with the same DNA. Young players, experienced beyond their years, powerful offenses, and a defense that can control the line of scrimmage, and an ability to strike at a moment's notice. And longtime head coaches, once again looking to add another mitten to the trophy case and get one step closer to the end of the road to Ford Field. This is the Division II Regional Finals on the MGN Road to Detroit. East Lansing, Byron Center. Buckle up.
You identify your number one personal trait, the thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FIN.
Hey everyone, Nate Dreyer from MGN, and MGN merch now available for purchase, and we have got a ton of options. Here's where you find the new MGN shop. Go to MichiganGameNight.com. Many of you have probably been there before. Click on the shop merch tab. Many of you have probably been to the MGN page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN merch tab. It'll take you here. We've partnered with Teespring, neat company that allows for us to have a lot of different shirt designs. They'll print them, they'll make them, they'll ship them out to you. So a neat way that allows us to have a lot of offerings. We've got a ton of really cool t-shirts, hats, snapback, dad hats, beanie hats, water bottles, more t-shirts, more sweatshirts, just a ton of options. Really, just a ton of options that you're going to be able to look through and find exactly what you may want. We've done what we can, like I said, with Teespring to try to stack this thing. We'll have plenty more options that we'll put up on social media, but make sure you check it out.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Centennial Securities pregame show. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, East Lansing, Byron Center. There's a Region 6 final here in Division 2. Loaded night, of course, across West Michigan and into tomorrow, certainly as well, in terms of some incredible regional championship action. And this is certainly a great one. And Chandler, let's get into some of these talking points. Let's start with the offensive systems, because these two teams want to do a very similar thing on the whole. They do it in slightly different ways. Byron Center from the gun, some three receiver, some two receivers, wing back, tight end, those sort of looks. East Lansing, a very multiple look. You'll see H-back, or you'll see I-form, you'll see shotgun, you'll see single back. So a similar look. They both want to run the ball. They both are pretty physical up front, but they do it in different ways.
Yeah, they sure do. I think this Byron Center team has always been a pretty power spread system. They've got a lot of guys along the offensive line that they like to run some power concepts out of the spread formations. But this year, turning a little bit more to the pass game, and they have some serious talent at the wide receiver position that we'll get into in a little bit. But been able to kind of exploit the field that way and attack some defenses through that style of system. And on the East Lansing side, a very pro-style system with a lot of different formations. They run some different personnel out there depending on the situation in the game and kind of what they're looking to do. They can run some power. They can spread you out a little bit, run out of the gun as well. So they've got multiple looks that they can throw at you.
Yeah, and for these two teams, the starting talking points are certainly going to come around their quarterbacks. Both junior quarterbacks, Ben Fletcher for East Lansing, Landon Tungate, who has been up on varsity since a freshman, split time at quarterback last year, full-time taking over this year. You know, two guys that they run it in different ways, but they run it perfectly for their system. Tungate just explosive with his arms and his legs. Fletcher, very smart kid, good legs, solid arm downfield, very accurate, very smart. I mean, you have kind of the perfect quarterbacks for their respective systems.
Yeah, I think both of those guys have really elevated their game and kind of fit very well within what each of their teams are trying to do, especially now as they go through this playoff run. You see Landon Tungate really true dual threat quarterback and a guy that's been throwing the football down the field quite a bit, but also really dangerous with his legs when he has the opportunity to run. And of course, Fletcher for East Lansing too, playing within the system, can throw the ball down the field. They get him some screen passes in there as well. He's got some playmakers he can get the football to, and if he has the pocket breaks down, he also can find his way down the field.
More juniors, running back Luke Laska for Byron Center, Jace Clarizio. Clarizio had a Central Michigan offer already on the table last night. Got one from Michigan State just down the road to add to his intrigue a little bit in this contest. But they do it in different ways, but both very quick. They've got power to them. The running backs for two teams that want to run the ball, especially East Lansing, we're going to be calling these two juniors' names all night long.
Yeah, I think so. In a game where both teams, as we've talked about already a little bit, that like to play that physical style of game, can run the football and stay dedicated to it. You see those guys really be featured within these offenses. Of course, Laska, a powerful running back that they're going to be able to try to get him some looks and try to spread the field out and allow open space in the middle of the field for him to go. And Clarizio, a true next-level threat, a D1 guy that's really taken over for this team, was missed most of the season with an injury, but now back and is really starting to ramp things up and has the ability to take the game over.
Yeah, the two losses that East Lansing did suffer, he was out of the lineup, so that's one key thing to look at with this team is they certainly have been unbeaten without him first, and then also certainly since he got back into their lineup. One more junior, Isaac Lee for Byron Center. I mean, unbelievable game last week, couple of touchdowns to go along with an INT that he had. He is one of those guys who finds a way to sink into the defense, is open often, great explosiveness down the field as well. For a team that has turned to the pass game more than we really have seen Byron Center do in recent years, and really under Coach Cisco's run. I mean, they threw for nearly 400 yards a week ago. Lee is going to be the go-to guy time and time again for Landon Tungate tonight.
Yeah, I think, you don't start throwing the football like that a ton unless you've got a true elite receiver like that can get open down the field. I think Tungate and Lee both work very well together in what they try to do. Tungate can scramble around, let Lee go down the field and find some openings, and then that deep connection down the field has really looked solid these last couple weeks.
Lastly, Chandler, I think you highlight the systems. You know what these two teams want to do to try to win. What are some of the keys to victory for Byron Center, for East Lansing?
Yeah, I think we just talked about Isaac Lee and seeing what East Lansing is able to do and trying to cover him down the field. And matchup, of course, Byron Center has some other weapons that they can try to spread down the field and hurt you vertically if you try to dedicate too much to Lee, but also you need to respect his game. I think on the other side, it's the physicality of Byron Center's defense against the run game for East Lansing and Clarizio, and see who wins in that matchup. If East Lansing can get that run game going with Clarizio, I think their offense can really start to go, but Byron Center's defense is going to have something to say about that.
All right, couple more key X factors and other things to look at, but it certainly is going to be a great one tonight. East Lansing and Byron Center from Lynn C. Adams Stadium. Pretty new turf. They're just starting the last couple years to be able to host deep playoff games here. It's going to be a great environment. We're going to see who's going to move on to the state semifinal a week from now. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on the Centennial Securities pregame show.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Michigan Hearing Experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Experts.
All right, welcome back to the Dryer. Chandler Timmer, Centennial Securities pregame show. CT, we are closing in to kick off. As you can see for Byron Center and East Lansing, I want to get to one of the X factors, I think, in this game tonight. It's Blake Otto. Out of the backfield, an H-back, tight end, wing back, really rolls full back, a lot of different positions that he has, but the speed this kid has as a receiver, along with a lead blocker out of the backfield, is truly one of the great X factors. An 80-yard receiving touchdown a week ago. One of the great X factors that East Lansing and either of these teams are going to have to figure out how to utilize and how to stop.
Yeah, I think no doubt a threat that the Trojans are going to have to figure out how they want to defend. I think when you've got a receiver like Isaac Lee on the outside, a lot of attention goes to him, but then you've got Blake Otto that kind of can get forgot about. When he lines up, they move him up all around the line in different positions to where you focus so much on your receiver, suddenly he's slipping out down the field and he's got a big touchdown.
Absolutely. All right. East Lansing won the toss, deferred the option, so it will be that Byron Center offense getting first dibs on the field. Can't wait to get underway. National Anthem right on deck. Thanks for tuning in to the Centennial Securities pregame show here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Be right back here from East Lansing.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
At Sporting U, we know the quality and service our customers are looking for, and we make sure we deliver. Whether it's uniforms, embroidered or screen printed apparel, promotional products, or a company web store, Sporting U has an experienced team, phenomenal suppliers, and in-house production to make it all happen seamlessly. You think it, we ink it. Our team is here to help your team stand out. Find out more at sportingu.com. That's sporting and the letter U.com.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at GRSHOF.com.
This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets. Better, because it has to be.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timber with you here. Game night on Michigan Sports Radio. It is the MGN Road to Detroit here, a regional championship game in Division II. Byron Center and East Lansing. The Bulldogs will get ready to get their return team out on the field, get their offense out on to the field first. They are the traveling team in this ball game. Byron Center wearing their traveling white uniforms, numbers in black, trimmed in orange, helmet in black with the orange Byron Center Bulldog on it, and the pants are black with orange and white trimming. Penn State, or East Lansing, if you're going to watch the Michigan-Penn State game tomorrow, you know their uniforms. It is the Penn State Nittany Lions styled home uniform, blue top, white bottom, white helmet with a single blue stripe down the middle. Byron Center will be receiving left to right across the radio dial. This ball will be on its way right to left in just a moment. Tonight's head coach is a couple of long-time coaches, Bill Feraco for East Lansing and Marc Cisco for Byron Center. That is tonight's coaches, presented by Sporting U. Sporting U, you think it, we ink it. We have what you need to look your best. Check them out online at sportingu.com. And also this week, the Family Fair Tailgate Special is self-basting turkeys for 59 cents a pound. For all the specials, go to shopfamilyfair.com. The junior, Isaiah Armstrong's got it on the tee for the Trojans. And Byron Center sends Isaac Lee back as the deep man to get ready to return this one along with Alex Wobbin. Wobbin stands to his left, Lee to his right. Right to left across the radio dial. Striking the left foot through the ball is Armstrong. Run away. This one is muffed inside the 5-yard line. Gathered by Wobbin. He'll angle right at the 10. Cut it up at the 20. Has a burst of speed over the 20. Broke a tackle to the 28. And tumbles down to the 30-yard line. Good return for Wobbin. And here comes the Byron Center offense. Chandler, we're going to learn a lot quickly how Landon Tungate and company want to attack this ball game.
Yeah, I think so. Coming off last time they were on the field, a tremendous drive to close the game against Caledonia. And a win there, riding the momentum, really had the passing game working against the Fighting Scots. We'll see what the attack is here tonight, if they're going to lean on the run game a little bit more, or if they're going to continue to air it out against the Trojan defense.
Base power spread team. They'll work with 2-3 wide receivers, but they love to stick 2 receivers with a wing back with a tight end on the line. It all will be around their 5'11 junior Landon Tungate, who had 379 yards passing a week ago. They open 2 wide receivers, tight end, and a wing. Off the left side of the line, the tailback to the right hip is the junior Luke Laska. East Lansing brings a 4 down front. It's a give to Laska, chopping it up over left guard. He's got the 31-yard line before the inside of that big defensive line is able to shut him down, led by the edge rusher, Dontavius Royals. On that stop, It'll be marked ahead for officially a gain of 2 to the 33-yard line. 2nd down and 8 right here for the Bulldogs. Tungate works from the gun this time. Ball on the right hash mark. 2 receivers go left. They motion the wingback Otto across the line. Snap to Tungate. Throws over the middle. Caught 45-yard line. Racing the open field. Laska tumbling over the 50 down to the 43-yard line for the first down. BJ Wyndham on the stop, but they're able to get their first throw to a man out of the backfield. This time it's Laska striking into opponent territory.
Yeah, they run the slot man in motion there right before the snap and then sneak the running back out of the backfield and dump it off to him.
Byron Center working with some pace to the 47-yard line. Laska over right guard, churning past the defender over the 45 and dragging down to the 43-yard line. Julius Goodwin, the linebacker, in on the stop. Isaiah Sams, Noah Lopez, the other great linebackers in the middle of this defense for head coach Bill Feraco. They'll be a key part of what East Lansing wants to do tonight. 2nd down and 7 from inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. Make it 2nd and 6 on the official correction. Snap and a give on the end around to Otto. He's got speed at the 40, lowering his head down to the 43-yard line. He met the senior safety, Jalen McFadden, head-to-head in the hole. He's just shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and about a yard or 2 right here.
Yeah, they've seen Otto get his first touch. Already seen him go in motion a couple different times. This time they give him the football. Another very physical runner for this Byron Center offense.
2 wide receivers all the way out left. 3rd and 1. Give to Laska. Has the first down with speed to the 35-yard line. Stiff farming by a man down to the 31 where he tumbles out of bounds. Daryl Geeter, the junior corner on the stop, and a first down churning run from Laska right there up to the 31-yard line. Working quickly out of that same 2 receiver set from the gun. Snap of the chest. Laska has a handoff fake to him. Tungate rolling to pass. Angles back across his body to the 30. Dumps it off in the flat. Caught at the 20-yard line. Twisting ahead for the first down is Lee, but a couple of penalty markers down in the backfield, and I think this may be coming back on a hold.
Yeah, it looked like as Tungate was getting some pressure. I think a hold on the left tackle of that end is the edge rusher there trying to get into the face of Tungate. Tungate able to avoid it, roll out to the left side before that completion, but I think this one's going to be coming back.
Been an up-tempo drive so far from Byron Center. They are marching backwards, ready for this to come back. 10:02 to go in the first quarter. We'll take our time to get this call in here, but getting things set, and now Byron Center will get ready to back up. I in particular been impressed with their pace. They mostly have kept it to the ground with a couple of shorter passes, or at least passes to guys in the flat, running backs out of the backfield, but for the most part, it's been up-tempo, the main object of their offense so far, as the officials continuing to have a discussion. There are a couple of penalty markers down, one in the backfield, one all the way out near the far sideline where Isaac Lee caught that ball. Sounds like we have one official going over to Coach Cisco. There is a hold on Byron Center.
10-yard penalty from the spot.
So it sounds like the hold is going to be the lone penalty that will be assessed. It will be on Byron Center, and this will turn into 1st and 20 for the Bulldogs back to the opponent 42-yard line. They're in plus territory, driving left to right across your radio dial. The ball in between the hashes, 2 receivers stacked to the left side. The H-back Otto is off the right side of the line. Tailback Laska to the left hip of Tungate, who strides into the gun. 3 down linemen, standing edge rusher coming for East Lansing. Snap at the chest. Thrown left flat, caught 41-yard line, twisting ahead with Andrew Croft. The senior makes a man miss and walks out of bounds to the 29-yard line. He got hit out of bounds at the end of the play, and a late penalty marker comes out as well. This may give first down yardage back to Byron Center on that play.
Yeah, just a quick throw out to the flat as Tungate finds it. His receiver Croft and just dumps it off to him. The coverage off a little bit and allows him to turn it upfield, gets along the sideline. I do think we're going to get a late hit tacked on here at the end.
Personal foul is assessed East Lansing. That will move the chains. Will Lake, the junior, will check in for the senior Croft, who was just able to bring in what was eventually a chain-moving grab for Byron Center. 9:49 to go, first quarter. No score, but the Bulldogs with the first possession are driving here on the road in the regional championship game in Division II. The ball up to the 16-yard line with just under 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Landon Tungate breaks him out. They go 2 wide receivers all the way out to wide to the right side. No one left with the wingback Otto off the left side of the line. Leaning into the gun is Tungate. They put Otto in motion, fake it to him up the middle. Tungate spinning and twisting into the linebacker core. He's got a gain of a couple of yards, just shy of the 10-yard line for about 3 or 4 on that first down spinning carry.
Yeah, once the Bulldogs now inside the red zone, you see them get their quarterback in a power run. First time we've seen that tonight, but expect to see that quite a bit. Tungate, as we said, a very talented dual-threat quarterback. He's been throwing the ball a lot, but also can run the football very effectively, especially down near the goal line.
Tungate works from the gun. 2nd and 6, 12-yard line. 2 wide receivers stay out wide to the right, and Tungate leans in. Here's a delayed snap, given up the middle on Alaska, racing into a seam, over the 5, diving down to the 1-yard line where Wyndham and company brings him down. It'll be a first down and goal for Byron Center. Their offense rolling down the field, CT, on this first drive.
Yeah, a real nice patient run from Alaska there. Zone run, looks like he's kind of got his shoulders squared to the line of scrimmage like he's going to try to bounce that outside, and at the last second turns and cuts it up through the middle of the field. Right through the middle of the Trojans defense, gets down very near the goal line.
Ball in between the hashes, shaded to the left. They bring the senior tight end, Belinsky, in and go power the single wide receiver all the way out wide outside the right numbers. That's Croft. Otto motions across left to right. Quarterback keeper over right guard. Laska standing up into the end zone. Touchdown, Byron Center. The Bulldogs strike first. 8:42 to go in the first.
Very impressive drive from the Bulldogs, picking up right where they left off. After last week, game-winning drive, now first possession here tonight. Marching right down the field, had the one penalty that set him back, but other than that, it was a pretty quick march.
Impressive drive from the Bulldogs, start to finish on that drive. Now they will bring out their sophomore, Dawson Hilliard, to look to add the extra point. Isaac Lee will hold with 8:42 in the first. Snap down, Lee holds, right leg through the ball, and the sophomore Hilliard is no good. He pushes it wide to the side. No good on the extra point, remains 6-0, but Byron Center does have our first advantage of this football game. 6-0 with 8:42 to go in the first quarter. Next fall, Calvin University debuts its intercollegiate football program, and practice is already underway for Coach Trent Figg and the Knights. This fall, catch Michigan Sports Radio's coverage of the Knights countdown to kickoff with the debut of Figg on Football Monthly Show. You also can watch Calvin University hockey on Michigan Sports Radio. The great Luke Gamlin on the call of those hockey contests for Calvin as that program is underway with their campaign this year. Byron Center, though, Chandler, their offense making a statement on that drive down the field, with Tungate finishing things off with a quarterback power keep. So Hilliard, after missing the extra point, will get ready to tumble one away left to right across your radio dial. Traveling white uniforms, the Bulldogs send it away with Hilliard. This twister is taken in by Sams outside the left numbers at the 15-yard line, chops the feet up to the 25 and gets stood up immediately with nowhere to go as he tried to turn that corner around a couple of blockers. So a good stop, and here comes East Lansing starting at their own 25-yard line, right on the mark, as we will get to see Ben Fletcher, the fellow standout junior quarterback in this contest, and this offense in particular, led by Jace Clarizio, take to the field. We are expecting a true ground and pound effort out of a variety of formations out of this team.
Yeah, they mix up the looks and the way that they're going to line up formationally, but at the end of the day, they're going to get the football a lot to Jace Clarizio. When you've got a true talent like that, a guy that's going to be starring at the next level, they're going to find ways to get him the football often.
Clarizio starts as the pistol back here as Fletcher leans into the pistol. 2 wide receiver unit. They motion a wing across the line of scrimmage. A turn and a give to Clarizio outside. Bouncing through defenders at the 25-yard line and turns it up to just shy of the 30 to the 29. He's got a real burst of speed. Vandenberg and company standing over top of him after a 4-yard carry on first down to the 29-yard line. But you see if they're from Clarizio. Patient with that quick burst of speed to find a way to get 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, I think this offense is just very creative in that pro style where they've got a lot of motion before the snap there. You see 3 different guys moving around, trying to confuse the defense before going to that run, trying to keep the defense honest.
Go the pro-style ace single back formation. 3 wide receivers. Ball on the right hash mark. We just tick under 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. A 2nd and 6. Fake handoff. Bootleg left to pass. Thrown in the flat and overthrown to the 35-yard line. They were looking for the big ranging senior, Charlie Baker, who wears 88 in that navy blue home uniform. Fletcher off the mark on his first pass of the game as they try to motion Baker, who's kind of a hybrid slot receiver tight end in his usage.
Yeah, able to try to slip him out of the flat. I think they had the Bulldogs biting off the play action on 2nd down. Defense had sunk down towards the line of scrimmage, and Baker was open, but the throw over his outstretched arm. Now 3rd and medium here after that incomplete pass.
Clock rolling under 7:20 to go in the first quarter. 3rd and 6 for East Lansing. They'll work out of the pistol. We have an official timeout from the sideline. I think that's potentially because that clock stayed running after the missed pass, Chandler, and we're going to have to get that figured out as a good 30 seconds or so ran off the clock down to 7:15 after that incomplete pass.
Yeah, they had me reconsidering that was an incompletion. I saw the clock running. I was like, that was incomplete, right? I thought it was, but yeah, definitely. I think the right before the snap there, the side judge noticed the clock running, so we'll see what they get this reset to now.
Yeah, officials will confer and get ready to make the announcement in a second where they want things reset to. 6-0 Byron Center, the score, but the missed extra point. We'll see if that factors into things by the end of this contest. But a 3rd and 6 coming up for East Lansing. The missed pass there. Now right away, we're going to see this offense's pass game, likely on this very play on their own side of the field, have to come into effect right away. It's really the biggest X factor of this game is how East Lansing's pass game might be able to open things up in the run game or at least get them yardages in moments like this when they need it.
Yeah, especially in the 3rd medium, 3rd and longer situations. Now they tried to go to the play action. This is going to have to be more of a straight drop back.
They work out of the gun. 4 wide receivers set. Fake handoff. Dropping to pass Fletcher. Clutches, fires over the middle. Baker, diving grab made at the 44-yard line. That'll move the chains. They find the ranging senior for a twisting and turning and spinning diving grab and a 1st down for East Lansing.
Yeah, the in-breaking route from Baker there out to the left side. The throw slightly low and behind him, but Baker able to make the adjustment, bring it in as he went to the ground.
Fletcher now 1 of 2 passing to begin in this contest. The 6'1", 180-pound junior will break them out. He was 65% passing a week ago for 184 yards. Out of the pistol. 1st and 10 up to their own 44-yard line. 7:13 to go first quarter. Handoff to Clarizio. Cutting it up at the 50. Burst of speed ahead to the 46-yard line before Isaac Lee sends him out right at the marker. That will move the chains on the dot. Clarizio, the Michigan State offered, one of the top running backs in the state of Michigan for his junior class, showing the speed around the corner there, CT.
Yeah, I can see the burst that time as he made up his mind he was going to take that out wide. There was a defender there on the outside for the Bulldogs coming up to try to stop it, and Clarizio just beat him in a foot race and outran him as he picks up a 1st down.
They give East Lansing the Byron Center 45-yard line. Ball on the left hash mark, clock running under 6:40 to go, first quarter. 6-0 the early Bulldog lead. Fletcher goes back under center. 3 wide receivers to the right side of the field out of the single back formation. Baker motions across the line. He'll act as a wing off the left. Give up the middle, Clarizio chops the feet right to the 40-yard line before Hudson Pulaski, the senior, chops him down. The mark will be the 50 or the 41-yard line for a gain of 4 on 1st down from the charging running back there.
Tackle there right at the shoestrings, saved what would have been a much larger run that time. Clarizio had a steam as he was right between the tackles, going through the middle of the Bulldogs' defense. Looked like he had potential to try to break that one for a long gain. Instead gets 4.
Under 6 minutes to go first quarter. 2nd and 6 for East Lansing. Up to the 41-yard line. They work 3 wide receivers shotgun. Clarizio offset the left hip. Snap to Fletcher. Give to Clarizio. Patient run. Turns it up over the 40-yard line and immediately gets shut down from behind by the junior, Chris Brown Jr. Down to the 39-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 4 here off a really nice tackle after what looked like a patient run and a quick cut up.
Yeah, much better job in the run game there from the Bulldogs on 2nd down, holding that to a 2-yard gain. And now, once again, the Trojans find themselves in 3rd down. This is 3rd and 4, the last one at 3rd and 6. So realistically, could still run the football here, especially now that they're in opponent territory. If they only get a couple, more than likely going to have a chance to go for it on 4th down.
East Lansing, the Trojans from the plus 39-yard line. 5:15 and less to go in the first quarter. They work out of a tight pistol formation. Pitch to the right side of the backup backs. Sams has got it outside the numbers. The ball came free at the end of the play. Both teams falling on it as Sams got taken out and sent down. He's able to regather, but it'll be shut down short in a 4th down and pretty much right back where they were as Sam's. The backup tailback coming in, never able to turn the corner.
Yeah, they ran the pitch to the right side and tried to get him to turn it upfield, but a shot delivered on the outside, and Sam's never able to turn that one up. It does look like now the Trojans, even though did not pick up any yardage, they're going to leave the offense out and go for it on 4th and 4.
4th and 4 from the Byron Center 39-yard line. 4.5 minutes to go, clock running down in the first quarter. Byron Center a 6-0 lead, a touchdown and a missed extra point for them on the first drive. The junior quarterback Fletcher leans in out of the shotgun. 3 receivers set. Straight drop to pass. Has time. Fires over the middle. Intercepted. 21-yard line. What a play made by Isaac Lee to snag it from in front of Baker and flip the possession back to the Bulldogs.
Tremendous read from Isaac Lee there, seeing the route, the seam route between the hash marks from Baker. They went to him to convert on 3rd and 6 earlier in the drive. Looking for him there on 4th and 4, and Isaac Lee able to jump the route. Baker had a little bit of separation up the field, but Lee just able to make up for it and step in front.
Lee, an interception last week against Caledonia, gets another one this week, a huge play, and Byron Center starts their own 23-yard line. They quickly matriculated their way down the field for a touchdown last time. Looking to do the same here with 4:17 to go in the first. They operate out of the shotgun. 2 receivers stacked to the right. End around give to Otto. Up the right side, twisted down in the backfield. Jalen McFadden hunting him down for a loss of a yard or 2 on the turning of the corner from Otto.
Now the second time they've ran that end around with Otto. Picked up a couple yards the first time, but that time much better defended by the Trojans. Able to seal the edge and force him to try to have to turn that one upfield before he could get out wide.
Forward progress, they'll keep it right where they started at the 23-yard line. 2nd down and 10, 3:45 to go first quarter. Byron Center off the Lee interception with the football back. 2 wide receivers to the right with the ball, or to the left with the ball on the right hash mark. Tungate leans into the gun. End around give to Otto is faked. Read option keeper. Chopping run over the 30. Ahead to the 32-yard line. Right on the marker to move the chains for Tungate. Tackle made by Noah Lopez, but that was a chopping, twisting run from the junior that winds up being a chain mover.
Yeah, they run a variation after they just ran the end around left to right. With Otto, they fake it going right to left. Quarterback keeps it that time. Power run up the middle and picks up the first down.
3:20 to go in the first. East Lansing mixing up their defensive front. They've got 5 on the front line. Snap to Tungate. Fake handoff. Dropping to pass. Pressure coming. Ducks 1 man. Now he tucks it down, and down he goes. Back to the 30-yard line. Dontavius Royals with the sack off the edge. A long pursuit. They're eventually able to bring him down. It'll be a loss of a couple on first down as Tungate goes down.
And Tungate usually does a tremendous job of keeping the play alive. If the initial look down the field isn't there, keeps it alive, rolling out of the pocket. That time kept contained in the middle of the field and forced to try to scramble back to the right side after initially going left, but the Trojans not giving up in pursuit, bringing them down for a loss in the sack.
There is a Trojan lineman down on the field at the end of that play, as the ball will be marked back to the 30-yard line after the sack of Tungate on first down. So the training staff out will get to work. Of course, thank you to Centennial Securities as well as Farmers Insurance, our presenting sponsors of game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Injured man is the junior defensive end, Jay Carnegie. He's up under his own power, walking off the field, so it looks like Jay going to eventually be okay as he's off, and now he's running off the field. So Carnegie looks all set after taking some time to regather himself, and Byron Center will break their huddle as well. 2:59 to go first quarter. 6-0 Bulldogs. They've got a 2nd down coming up after a sack of Landon Tungate. Really the first negative yardage all game long on first down for the Bulldogs, who get ready to go to work on a 2nd down and 4. 2 wide receivers go left. A couple of standing edge rushers crowding in for the defense. Snap to Tungate. Straight rolling left across his body. Looking downfield. Flicks one. Caught 39-yard line by Isaac Lee, and he walks out of bounds to around the 40 and sets up a 3rd down at about 3. Good quick escape throw as Tungate first was looking downfield before he flicks it to his always open junior Isaac Lee, but there is a penalty marker down in the backfield, and it looks like it's on Byron Center, and coming back on a hold it is.
As Tungate was rolling out to the left side, the line forced to try to hold as the defensive line is trying to also flow that way. They're hold it more towards the middle of the field. Called right as Tungate was rolling left and was going to dump that one off.
This will make it 2nd down and 24. They already have been able to get out of a 20-plus yard to gain situation in their first drive of the game. We'll see if the Bulldogs can do it again. 2:52 to go in the first quarter. A 6-0 lead. 2 wide receivers, one to either side. Tungate out of the gun, tailback Laska to his right hip. Here's a snap of the chest, given on to the end-around man Otto up the middle on a little bit of trickeration and movement. The inside of the defense is all over that. Justin Largier along with Javon Thomas on the stop, and it'll be nowhere gone on that play, and it'll be down to a 3rd and 24.
Yeah, backed up that far behind the sticks, it's tough to find some plays in the playbook that you're comfortable with there. You don't want to get too aggressive and make a mistake down the field. So 2nd down and long, they run the little trick end around and try to pick up some yardage, but now still 3rd and 20, backed up. We'll see if they keep it pretty conservative here with the play call. They try to take a vertical shot down the field.
Jay Carnegie back in defensively. 2 down front, 2 wide receivers on the other side. A snap is down, but penalty markers are down. It is a false start that will turn 3rd and 20 into 3rd and 25. So the Bulldogs backed up even further now inside their own 20-yard line with more difficulties on the way.
Now the tight end to the left side looked like he tried to go just a little bit early. You could see him slight stand up, and right away the East Lansing defense pointing. That one going to back him up an extra 5 yards, so it was already a 3rd and very long. Gets even more difficult.
2:06 to go first quarter. 6-0 Byron Center. The Bulldogs break it out from their own 18-yard line. A 3rd and 25. Ball in between the hashes. They put 1 wide receiver out to either side. Tungate works out of the gun. East Lansing changes their defensive front. Give up the middle to Laska on the draw. Cuts over the 20. Got the 22-yard line before he gets wrestled down by the senior linebacker Noah Lopez. 4th down on the field. Byron Center will punt it away. So East Lansing's defense able to get a much-needed stop right there, CT, and get their offense a chance after the INT to try to tie the game again.
No doubt the East Lansing defense settling things down a little bit. A big opportunity right there. They get off the field pretty easily, helped out by some penalty yardage.
Laska to punt it away. Dual returners, Wyndham and Baker, stand at the 50-yard line. At the 5-yard line, settled down by Laska. Right-footed punt taken on the run by Baker over the 45, down to the 44, where he walked into a trio of Bulldog tacklers, but it's plus field position inside the 45-yard line for East Lansing, kind of right where they finished their last drive. They get to start this one.
Yeah, unable to convert on the 4th down and turn the football over to the Bulldogs, but the defense held up. Allows for pretty neutral change of field position there, and they have a pretty good spot to start this drive out and try to capitalize for the first points of the game.
Mark is officially the 43-yard line of the Bulldogs, and the Trojans will break the huddle. 1:24 to go, first quarter. 6-0 the Byron Center lead. It was a Landon Tungate 1-yard quarterback keeper plunge that got them the lone score of the game so far. But in the home blue and white uniforms, the Trojans break it out. They'll work out of the pistol. The pistol back is the terrific junior, Jace Clarizio. 2 wide receiver unit, give up the middle to Clarizio. Burst of speed over the 40, lowers the head down to the 34-yard line, where he drags the tackling pile all the way with him for a gain of about 8 on first down. Charging hard run right there from the junior.
Yeah, and first down like that's going to be huge for the Trojans to keep their offense on schedule. When get a nice run like that, 8+ yards on first down, now you really can do whatever you want with the rest of the series.
Inside a minute to go, it'll be a 2nd and 1 from the 35-yard line officially. Single back under center right here for Fletcher. Turn and a give up the middle, Clarizio. Big cut up to the 30-yard line, and he'll move the chains as he runs right in to a big group of tacklers, including the senior linebacker Thatcher Simon for Byron Center. But boy, he can just put his foot in the ground and turn it upfield. I now see why Michigan State has already offered this junior.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot more Clarizio, and really simplifies things for your offense when you can hand him the football and let him create that time. You can run some different looks, inside, outside runs, but he really can make a lot of things happen, can make some guys miss, and turn nothing into something, as you see right there.
All right, this should be the final play of the first quarter. 1st and 10 from the Byron Center 31-yard line for East Lansing. Baker goes in motion left to right across the line of scrimmage. Single back formation. Fake handoff. Fletcher rolling to pass, throws in the flat, caught by Baker, 29-yard line, ducks a defender, running over the 20 to the 10, 5-yard line, diving through a couple of defenders for the pylon, and he's in. Touchdown, East Lansing. A delayed signal. Charlie Baker walking the tightrope all the way to the house with 4.5 seconds to go first quarter. East Lansing, a big answer from their big senior.
It's a couple times now they've tried to throw the ball underneath to Baker, just a short route down the field. Earlier in the game, in the first possession, they missed them. That time, the throw on the mark and allows Baker to turn that upfield, fights through a tackle, then walks the tightrope along the sideline, and a 30-plus yard touchdown there for the Trojans to get them on the board.
Big field goal attempt or extra point attempt for Isaiah Armstrong as he can give his team the lead. Left-footed kicker, left foot through the football, and that one is pure down the hatch. And East Lansing has their first lead of the ball game. 4.5 seconds to go in the first quarter. A big answer from Charlie Baker. The extra point is good. It's 7-6 East Lansing. We'll be right back here.
Andy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. I've heard it said that professional coaches measure success in rings, college coaches measure success in championships, and high school coaches measure it in titles. But youth coaches measure success in smiles. At Centennial Securities, we're like the youth coach. Our success is measured by the smiles on the faces of our satisfied clients. If you're a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here from Lynn C. Adams Stadium and East Lansing. The Trojans, with an answer to the terrific senior Charlie Baker, have given East Lansing their first lead of the contest after their extra point was good. Byron Center missed their lone extra point attempt of the game, and Isaiah Armstrong, after adding what right now is the leading point, will get ready to send away the left-footed junior right to left across the radio dial with just under 5 seconds on the first quarter clock. Armstrong striding ahead, right leg through the football. Low driver, angling to the 10-yard line to Waben. He drops another one as he was nearly down on his knees, able to regather, twisted over the 15 to the 20. He's got the 25, angling to the 30, and gets twisted down to the 31. Alex Waben twice fumbles inside his own 5-yard line on the initial grab and gets it up over the 30-yard line and also gets us to the end of the first quarter. 7-6 East Lansing. It's going to be a thriller. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back here from the MGN Road to Detroit in the Division II Region 6 Final.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you from Lynn C. Adams Stadium and East Lansing. Byron Center with 12 fresh minutes on the board will start their third drive of the contest. It's a handoff over right guard to Luke Alaska, who churns through a wave of defenders up to the 35-yard line for a gain of 4 on first down. Stop made by Julius Goodwin, the senior linebacker for East Lansing. The Trojans a 7-6 lead after 1. In the third quarter on Michigan Sports Radio is brought to you by Michigan Hearing Experts. Their doctors of audiology use real ear measurements to optimize your hearing aid performance so you don't miss a play. Luke Laska offset to the right hip of Landon Tungate, working out of the gun, end around give to Otto, turns it up at the 25-yard line, or the 35-yard line, breaking outside at the 40. He's got the 45, angles down the right sideline, out of bounds to the 50, and a chain mover, but a penalty marker down in the backfield. Another hold on Byron Center, going to bring back another one here.
Yeah, I think right now the Bulldogs having some issues along that offensive line. If this is a holding call, it would be the third one already on the Bulldogs. They were able to overcome it on their first possession. The second drive, they stalled out because of that penalty yardage, got them way behind the chains. Looks like they're going to be backed up here once again.
That is exactly the call. Another hold on that offensive line for Byron Center. And it was a big chain mover into opponent territory for Blake Otto. Now we'll come back to a 2nd and 18 from their own 26-yard line for the Bulldogs here. 11:21 to go in the second quarter. and Byron Center will get ready to break it out. Tungate gets ready to work out of the huddle. Clock ticks down under 11:10 to go in this first half, and the junior will step into the gun. Laska to his right hip. 2 wide receivers right. They'll use a wing off the left and a tight end off the left. Snap down on to Tungate, rolling right to pass. Pressure coming, gets away from Thomas, gets stood up by a trio more of defenders. Nowhere to go. It'll be 3rd down and very, very long as Tungate was engulfed first by Thomas and then a wave of blue jerseys.
I've seen a lot of Tungate rolling out to the left this time. Tries to go out to the right side, trying to get a deep shot down the field, but not enough time out there as he was still waiting for the route to develop. As soon as he tried to get his feet set, he had a Trojans defender in his face, and right now the Trojans defensive line is starting to really play aggressive, and whether it's been forcing some holding calls or they're getting some pressure and a sack in the backfield.
Tungate backed up 3rd and 23 from his own 21-yard line. 10 minutes to go, second quarter. Snap to the junior. Rolling left across his body to pass. Here comes the pressure. Getting away from Dontavius Royals. And now another wave of tacklers engulf him out of bounds back to the 21-yard line. Again, nowhere to go. It was Isaiah Sams, the leader, leading the tackling charge, and Byron Center will have to punt it away again.
Yeah, it could not be a different first drive versus the second 2 drives. The first one effortlessly down the field. Now back-to-back drives, some penalties, and going backwards, losing 10, 15 yards in 3 plays. Now the Bulldogs seem to be punting the football away for a second time here in a relatively short period.
Laska will send it away, and once again, both returners are standing right around midfield for East Lansing. Snap to Laska, right leg through the football, short, low twister, angling towards the sideline. Takes a very good Byron Center bounce, able to angle inbounds before it twists out to the 35-yard line. So here comes East Lansing already with a 7-6 lead. They now will have a chance to offensively challenge. There's actually a Bulldog shaken up in his own sidelines. There's kind of some pushing and shoving between the two teams at the end of the play into the Byron Center sideline, but a big opportunity, Chandler, for this East Lansing offense. They already have the lead. Charlie Baker made the big play on the last drive. If they are able to control the ball, control the clock, and also get points on the board like their offense wants to do, a very big opportunity to go up a couple of scores here.
Yeah, the Trojans offense turning things around after the turnover on downs on their first possession. Last time getting back to what they're good at, running the football, and then the play action look off from it.
From his own 35, out of the shotgun is Fletcher. Motions Baker right to left across the line of scrimmage. The give to Clarizio up the right side, breaking 1 tackle and lowering his head down to the 39-yard line. Hudson Pulaski on the stop after a gain of about 4 on first down for Clarizio. Wears number 0 in that Penn State-esque blue and white uniform for the Trojans. 9:45 and less to go. Clock running down in this second quarter. It'll be 2nd and 7, officially the mark, to the 38-yard line. Ball on the right hash mark for the Trojans, taking their time as they do most plays. Out of the huddle to get the word in. Back to the shotgun for Fletcher. Tailback Clarizio to his left hip, 3 wide receivers set. Snap to Fletcher, rolling left to pass, firing for Baker. Caught, no! Unable to haul it in. He fumbles the grab at the 49-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Perfectly drawn up play, but Baker just can't hang on to that one. Maybe a little low on the throw, but a pretty well-placed football. Baker just can't hang on to it. 3rd and 7.
Yeah, not an easy throw either, as Fletcher on the move yet as he's releasing that football. Put it right on the hands of Baker, and Baker, I think, after that long touchdown with the yards after the catch, I think got caught there, maybe trying to look up the field before he fully secured it. It hit him in the hands, and then really the Bulldogs defender not overly close, so it would have been an easy first down.
9:16 in the second quarter. Maybe a chance to get off the field for the Byron Center defense. 3rd and 7 for East Lansing from their own 38-yard line. From the shotgun, clapping a snap. Fletcher, straight drop to pass. Pressure coming, dumps it off over the middle. Really nice grab made by Colin Kaplovich, the senior tight end. Races over the 45-yard line, dives down to the 49. He's got the first down. What an effort, though, by Kaplovich, or the junior, I should say. A one-handed leaping grab, able to move the chains after the run out.
Yeah, Fletcher just checking it down to Kaplovich. Threw the football high, but Kaplovich able to just go up and get it with one hand, bring it down. Once he secured it, then able to turn up through the middle of the field and pick up the first down.
Clarizio back to the sideline. Sams Jr. will check in his place in the backfield. 8:50 and less to go in the second quarter. 7-6. And a pistol formation here for East Lansing from their own 49-yard line. Give Over the left side to Sams. He'll twist it over the 50 and dive down to the 47-yard line. Big group of tacklers standing over top of him. Colin Vanderberg, the senior defensive end, on the primary stop. And a good first down run for about 4 or 5. We'll get it to second down and medium right here for the Trojans. It'll be officially gain of 5 to the 47-yard line. Second down and 5. 8:15 and less to go. Clock ticking in the second quarter. This East Lansing team sure can bleed the clock while they matriculate the football.
Yeah, they found a nice mix right now in the last couple drives of running the football, getting some yardage, getting themselves into an opportunity where they can run or throw the football, and then able to convert on some first downs.
Fletcher goes under center. Deep single back formation. Sams is the back. They give it to him. Cut move, angling left, and he's swarmed and brought down to the backfield. Vanderberg busting through, grabbing his leg, and making the stop. Check that, it was Blake Otto grabbing his leg and making the stop. Regardless, it's going to be third down.
I think Sam's there, maybe caught trying to do just a little bit too much as that designed run to the inside. It looked like Sam's tried to bounce it. I think he had a little bit of more room if he had tried to keep that right behind his left guard there and kept it more towards the middle of the field. Instead, tried to bounce it to the outside and ended up no gain.
He was able to dive back to the original line of scrimmage on that last play. 3rd and 5 from the 47-yard line, coming up into plus territory. 7:15 and less to go, second quarter. East Lansing a 1-point lead, works from a 3-wide receiver shotgun. Snap to Fletcher, rolling right to pass. Pressure coming, clutches, fires deep down the right side of the field, looking for Baker. Makes a correction midair, unable to make a diving grab. It is 4th and 5, and it is decision time for Coach Feraco right here. It looks like he's going to be leaving the offense out to go for it. Just into plus territory? No, maybe not. Looks like the punt unit now coming out, so East Lansing going to play the field position game as they get 4th and 5 from the 47-yard line, and they will look to send it away with Isaiah Armstrong here.
Yeah, the Trojans right now trusting their defense after they've dominated the last couple possessions. Didn't convert on 4th down earlier in the game, maybe factors into it here as well as they're going to try to pin the Bulldogs back deep.
Armstrong from his own 39-yard line to punt. Isaac Lee backs to his 10-yard line here. 7:04 to go in the first half. High snap, settle down. Armstrong, left leg through the ball. This is not a very good punt. A very high twister. Bounces at the 30-yard line. Actually takes a negative East Lansing bounce back a couple of yards, or it's down to the 31, 32-yard line. So decent field position over the 30-yard line for Byron Center. Landon Tungate and company, Chandler, have got to get this offense rolling. They trail 7-6 after so easily moving the ball in the first possession. Like you said, they have been dominated up front ever since.
Yeah, I think, you know, the Bulldogs can do it. They showed they did on the first drive, but have gotten out of rhythm the last 2 possessions, mostly due to some holding calls that they'll have to clean up along the line of scrimmage. It's really set them back and forced them into more obvious passing downs, and that's allowed the Trojans defense to get some pressure and some sack yardage.
Mark officially the 33-yard line. Tungate, the 5'11 junior, works out of the gun. 2 wide receivers to the left side, wing off the right end of the line. Changing front from East Lansing. Fake handoff on the end around man. Otto dives straight up the middle to Tungate. He'll get about 2 yards on the first down plunge to the 35-yard line. Tackle made by Jay Carnegie, the junior defensive end. And right there, the read option not there on the dive up the middle for Tungate.
Haven't seen a ton of the read option look there, but breaking it out now and trying to get Tungate involved a little bit more. They saved that for the red zone early on in the game, but now offense needing a spark going to the quarterback run game here on first down.
From the gun, trio of receivers out wide to the left with Otto in the left slot. 2nd and 8 from the 35-yard line. Snap to Tungate. Delayed give is fake. Thrown left flat. Caught 30-yard line by Otto. Cutting it up outside the numbers to the 40. Burst of speed to the 50. Spin move over the 50 down to the 46-yard line. What a play made by Blake Otto to move the chains. Tackle from B.J. Wyndham, but the H-back working out of the slot, showing his speed in the flat to move the chains into plus territory for the Bulldogs.
Sometimes that's what it takes to get your offense rolling a little bit. Just swing it out to your playmaker in Otto, and he makes a guy miss in the open field and then turns that one up and gets him into enemy territory.
To the 47-yard line. Couple of receivers tight to the line off the right side from the gun. East Lansing showing some pressure. Otto in motion, fake handoff to him. Tungate dropping to pass. Pressure coming, tucking it down, and down he goes to the 49-yard line. Javon Thomas made the first contact. Tungate was able to push the pile back to the original line of scrimmage on the sack, but gets nowhere beyond that. They'll actually mark it a loss of a yard and a 2nd down and 11 back to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, Tungate, you can see he's just a little bit uncomfortable in the pocket as he's dropping back. He's trying to look down the field, but also knows that the East Lansing defense is coming for them, and they've got their ears pinned back, and a lot of times Tungate's able to keep the play alive and roll out and try to buy some time, but right now he's being contained pretty well within the pocket, and the Trojans defense is getting home.
Byron Center, 2nd and 11 from the plus 48-yard line. 5 minutes to go, second quarter. 7-6 the East Lansing lead. A couple of standing edge rushers on their way here. Delayed give to Alaska, wrapped up at the 45-yard line by Javon Thomas, who busted through. The big 6'5 senior seemed almost unblocked, busting through. It's a third down and very long. Back to their own side of the field. Forward progress gets them the 48-yard line, but they're on their own side.
Yeah, the timing there was very off. It looked like the Bulldogs maybe trying to set up something different there. A little miscommunication on the offensive end. Just did not look right from the Bulldogs as Laska took that handoff, and it was immediately met in the backfield. The blocking up front not good. Again, the Trojans' defensive line continues to attack.
Clock ticks under 4:20 to go in the second quarter. 7-6 East Lansing. Byron Center, a 3rd and 16 from their own 48-yard line. Tungate marches them out. 2 wide receivers left with the ball on the right hash mark. The junior snap at the chest, whistles down. Coach Cisco wanted a timeout. He'll get a timeout. We'll stay with you through this timeout as well, and we'll welcome you inside Lynn C. Adams Stadium. Of course, thanks again to Centennial Securities along with Farmers Insurance for their presenting sponsorship of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio CT. But 4:08 to go in the first half of this one. The one thing to think about is you think about how effectively Byron Center was able to throw the ball a week ago against the Caledonia front and able to protect against the Caledonia front. That really goes to show how impressive the front line defensively has been for East Lansing in the last couple of drives.
Yeah, they've been very impressive. I think Bulldogs have tried to take some shots down the field, what they had so much success with a week ago, but tonight just Tungate not able to get the football down the field. He hasn't even been able to attempt to pass. He's been trying to buy some time, but the Trojans are just continue to bring him down in the backfield or right near the line of scrimmage as he tries to make something happen, but those vertical threats down the field have not been there tonight so far for the Bulldogs.
And also at the same time, they to base things off of to maybe take some of the pressure off of that pass game that they've a lot of times been forced to go to. And also, you cannot rule out the holding penalties and some of the mistakes on the offensive line for Byron Center and how many times that's backed them up and ended drives in this game. 4:08 to go in the second quarter. 7-6. East Lansing the lead. Byron Center has a 3rd and 16 on the way from their own 28-yard line. Ball on the right hash mark. Landon Tungate will work out of the shotgun with a 4 wide receiver set. Empty backfield right here. 4 wide. Laska moves into the left slot. Empty backfield. 4 down front coming. Snap at the chest. Pressure is there right away in Tungate's face. He'll get away from it. He'll run to the 45. Thrown. Caught. 40-yard line. Racing the open field 25 is Vanderberg. Got it up to the 20 and a chain mover. Cohen Vanderberg ranging into the open field. The senior snagging it off a really nice pass through the pressure from Tungate and a chain mover into the red zone for the Bulldogs.
That's one of those plays the Bulldogs have been looking for a while now. Tungate just pretty much keeping that play alive on his own. It was a scramble drill out to the right side. He was getting close to the line of scrimmage as he got out of the pocket, just looking for anybody down the field. Vanderberg finding an opening in the defense, just sitting down. Tungate able to find it.
3:44 to go. Chains moved up to the 17-yard line. Tungate works from the shotgun. Tailback Laska to his left hip. Wingback off the right side is Blake Otto. They put Otto in motion and give it to him around the left side. Cutting it up to the 15 to the 10-yard line. Taking the defender with him inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line. Tackle made by Julius Goodwin. And that'll be a chain mover and a 1st and goal for Byron Center. They have a chance to take the lead back.
Yeah, after that pass, big conversion down the field. Now you see the run game open up a little bit. Otto, his biggest run of the night there, gets him down inside the 5-yard line.
They'll bring the big tight end, Drew Belinsky, back in for a power unit right here from the 4-yard line. 1st and goal from the 4. The Bulldogs, traveling white uniforms, helmets and pants and numbers all in black. Tungate out of the gun. Tailback Laska to his right hip. Single receiver Lake all the way out wide to the right numbers. Delayed give to Laska. Cuts it up to the 3. Turns the head down to the 2-yard line for a gain of a couple before he was stuffed on by Isaiah Sam. So 2nd and goal from the 2 coming up for the Bulldogs. If they can get 2 again, they can get their way into the end zone on this next play.
Yeah, really not the worst thing for the Bulldogs there. They get a couple yards, get themselves close to the goal line, but also now the clock going to continue to run here. If they potentially punch this in, gives the Trojans less time with the football before halftime as well.
2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. 7-6 East Lansing. Tungate breaks it out on a 2nd and goal. Has a quick word with the official, does Tungate. Now strides into the shotgun. Single receiver left is Lee. They motion Otto across the line. Quarterback keeper, big hole, racing into the end zone. Touchdown! Tungate, 2nd keeper to the game into the end zone, and the Bulldogs back on top, 12-7.
Tungate going to get rewarded there. 2-yard run, punching it into the end zone, but the big play early on in the drive, the big connection to Vanderburg, keeping the play alive, scrambling out to the right side, finding a man down the field. Really needed to play from the Bulldogs. They were struggling offensively behind the chains, get that big play down the field, and then the offense able to get the run game going and get into the end zone once again.
They will look to add the extra point here with Hilliard after they missed it last time. Lead a hold. Snap is down, right leg through the football, and a low tumbler is right down the middle and good. So Hilliard able to find the extra point this time and find the lead back and extend the lead back for Byron Center. 13-7 Bulldogs with 2:15 to go in the first. We'll be right back here from East Lansing.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Welcome back, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timber with you. Game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Byron Center back on top. Landon Tungate, 2nd plunge into the end zone with 2 minutes to go in this second quarter. And the Grand Rapids, or the GRPS Turkey Trot is taking place on Thanksgiving Day. Michigan Sports Radio listeners that register with code 2023 MSR5 can receive $5 off. And you can click on the Turkey Trot logo on the Michigan Sports Radio main page to check things out. Sam's over the 35-yard line on the kick return, racing past the 40. He's got it to the 45 and nearly the 50. Great return for Sam's Jr. And East Lansing and the Trojans now with 2:07 to go. Midfield starting position for this next drive, CT.
Yeah, tremendous return there from Sam's to really set the Trojans offense up. Looks like he got right to the midfield stripe, but 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes remaining now. The offense has all the time in the world with a couple timeouts remaining. Try to work down the field and either tie this football game up or take the lead.
Trojans right at midfield, 50-yard line to the left hash mark. We'll get ready to break things out on this upcoming play. 2:07 remaining. 1st and 10 out of the single back. Under center, Fletcher, tailback, Jace Clarizio, and penalty markers down as the ball is snapped. It'll be a false start back to the 45-yard line. So Cohen Vandenberg, what a big grab on that last drive for Byron Center. For their offense to be going the wrong way and struggling the way they were, if they do lead this game into the half, it has to be a huge win for Coach Cisco.
Yeah, I think so. After 2 drives of going backwards, losing yardage, looked like your next possession was going to be headed that same way. They'd been behind the chains. Instead, they get that big play down the field and able to convert on it, get into the end zone.
Fletcher breaks it out, 1st and 15 from his own 45-yard line. 3 wide receiver, shotgun set, low snap, handled. Fletcher throws left side, snagged at the 49-yard line by Owen Fortman. He'll turn it out of bounds, back to the 50, and back to where they started. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Trojans here. 1:53 and less to go, clock running down, and they're working with some pace. Again, out of the shotgun, tailback to the right hip of Fletcher. Snap to the junior, drop to pass, pressure coming, evading, throws one away, and it'll be 3rd down and 10 as he's just able to get that one away as there was pressure all in his face off the edge from Stubblefield and company.
Yeah, Fletcher was trying to drop back, saw the pressure coming from Hurley in the middle of the field as well, and was being wrapped up, thrown down, just kind of launched it into the middle of the field. I'm not really sure there was a receiver in the area, but just a mass of offensive players and defensive players around that had no intentional grounding being called.
from the 50-yard line. 3rd and 10, 1:40 to go, second quarter. The Trojans break it out from the shotgun. 3 wide set. Low snap to Fletcher. Settles it down. Dropping to pass. Clutches. Fires right side. Incomplete to the 40. Penalty marker down. I think it's going to be a DPI. Possibly coming as there's some bumping of bodies down the field, Chandler.
Yeah, they're trying to get the out route right near the line of scrimmage. Looked like it was Otto in coverage. I think the feet got tangled is what it looked like. There might have been a little bit of bumping in there as well. I do believe DPI is going to be the call.
Some of the Byron Center crowd a little restless on the call. Coach Cisco getting an explanation as well, and we are waiting for the official call. It's actually a penalty on East Lansing, Chandler, and an eligible man downfield is the call. Penalty is going to be declined. It'll be 4th and 10, and East Lansing in all likelihood will get ready to punt this one away right here with 1:35 to go in the first half.
Yeah, the penalty flag thrown on the side of where that route and that tangle up feet happened, so definitely looked like it was going to be defensive pass interference, but going to be no call there, and as you said, the ineligible man downfield, one of the linemen leaking down as that play was developing. Of course, the Bulldogs going to decline that, going to try to force the Trojans to punt the football away here with 1.5 minutes plus remaining.
All right, East Lansing will punt at his own 35-yard line. Isaiah Armstrong will send it away at his own 25. Isaac Lee back to return for the Bulldogs. So a big opportunity here for Byron Center to maybe flip the script a little bit more. Snap to the junior. Walks it up to the 39-yard line, boots it away with the left foot. High, nice twisting punt inside the 20-yard line. Fair caught by Lee. He stumbled as he fair caught it and goes down to the ground. So Byron Center will have to start inside their own 15-yard line here. 1.5 minutes to go. We'll see how aggressive Coach Cisco and company get, CT.
Yeah, I can't imagine they're going to be too aggressive down the field. They've had a couple of those big plays where they've been able to get some big yardage, but for the most part, anytime they've tried to look vertical, there's been some pressure in the backfield, and it's ended in them going backwards. So I have to imagine more than likely going to play it pretty conservative, keep it on the ground here. Of course, you have a chance to break a big one, but don't really want to turn the football over or have negative yardage in this situation.
89 seconds. They do have 2 timeouts remaining. Do the Bulldogs. They break it out from their own 15-yard line to start this drive. 2 wide receivers right. Wingback Otto goes off the left side of the line. They put Otto in motion. They fake it to him. Option keeper up the middle for Tungate. Burst of speed over the 20 and spins down to the 22-yard line. Tackle was made by Isaiah Sams. Good first down carry, churning ahead there for Tungate. 1:13 and less to go. They're working no huddle. They're working quickly. A 2nd and 7 with 2 wide receivers out to the right side of the line. A long look to the sideline. Sorry, gain of 7. 2nd and 3 right here. Tungate from the gun. Snap of the chest. Quarterback run to the right. Stretching it out to the right numbers, and he is collided into from both directions around the line to gain. He turns his head over the marker and has the first down ahead to about the 27-yard line. Good hard charging run right there from Tungate to drag defenders for the first down carry.
And Tungate not giving up as he's got back-to-back carries now, fighting hard for every yard. Looks like the Bulldogs still not going overly quickly and not using their timeouts either.
43 seconds to go, clock running down in the first half from their own 29-yard line. Bulldogs work with 1 wide receiver out wide to either side. From the gun, snap of the chest to Tungate. Delayed give up the middle to Alaska. He's got it up to the 32-yard line before he gets stymied by Noah Lopez and company. Will tick under 24 seconds. Byron Center not using any of their timeouts, and they seem pretty content to take to the locker room. I mostly know that because their coaches behind us are coming down from the box. So it seems like Byron Center is pretty much ready to take this thing into the half with a 13-7 lead. That is exactly what they are going to do. A very, very interesting first half of football in this one. Byron Center finds a way to lead at the break, Chandler. I'm not sure either of us would have fully expected that with the way that they were playing and struggling through. You know, after getting the first touchdown, they really struggled on the next couple of drives to move the ball whatsoever offensively. They, however, found a way, and the Bulldogs lead at the break. And we will welcome you now inside to our Farmers Insurance Halftime Show. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, and yeah, CT, that's exactly where to start. Easy first drive, easy last drive of the half for Byron Center. A lot of struggle in the middle of it, but they lead at the break, and that's all that matters to Coach Cisco and company.
Yeah, it was quite the wide variety of outcomes for the Bulldogs, especially on offense when right away marching down the field, making it look really easy. Looked like they were going to be putting up a lot of points, and then 2 drives that just the complete opposite. Penalty yardage, moving them back and punting the football away. Able to find an answer, more of a difficult drive, grind it out, able to get another score to take the lead, but quite the mixed bag, and of course East Lansing a little bit of that as well, able to string together a nice possession down the field, get themselves on the board, but have been forced to punt the football away and had a turnover on downs in there as well.
13-7, Byron Center lead over East Lansing at the break. We'll be right back here on our Farmers Insurance Halftime Show. A lot more to break down from this one as we'll be back from Lynn C. Stadium here at East Lansing High School.
Hey, football fans, West Michigan Plumbers, Fitters, and Service Trades Local Union 174 is taking applications for apprenticeship from October 16th through October 27th. UA Local 174 apprentices earn great wages, excellent benefits, and paid training. Serving West Michigan since 1891. Find more information at ua174.org. That's ua174.org.
This is a beautiful time of year, but for many, it is also the beginning of allergy season, which means lots of sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, runny nose, constant drainage, or ear pressure. These are all allergy symptoms we regularly treat. Don't let your allergy stop you from enjoying what you love to do outdoors. We have several ear, nose, throat, and allergy specialists ready to see you. Find us online at MichiganENTallergy.com. We look forward to helping you enjoy the outdoors again.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Located just 20 minutes from Grand Rapids and Kent City, the Falls at Barber Creek is one of Michigan's premier golfing destinations. The beautifully designed 18-hole public golf course welcomes golfers of all ages and skill levels. Its challenging track with dramatic elevation changes through breathtaking scenery, including a 40-foot waterfall, makes it a place you're definitely going to want to play. Check out the course with a drone flyover and reserve your tee times at thefallsatbc.com.
Welcome back to Dryer Trent Tim with you. Game night on Michigan Sports Radio and the Farmers Insurance Halftime Show. 13-7. Byron Center at the break, and a very brief scoring recap. Then we'll get Chandler for some stats. Landon Tungate with 8:47 to go in the first quarter had the first score of this game, a 1-yard plunge. No good on the extra point. 6-0 Byron Center. An answer with 4 seconds remaining in the first quarter for East Lansing as Fletcher from Baker from 31 yards out. A really good tightrope walking run down the field from Baker for 6. The extra point was good. Made it 7-6. Byron Center able to find their answer after a couple really unproductive drives with 2:15 to go in the second quarter. It was Tungate this time from 2 yards out. The extra point was good, and that made it 13-7 into the break. Take us through some of the first half stats from this one, CT.
All right, for East Lansing, Fletcher through the air had 62 passing yards. Those yardage divided amongst Baker with 46, Kaplovich with 11, and Fortman with 5. On the ground, it was mostly Clarizio with 36 yards. Also, Sams had a couple carries for 4 yards. For the Byron Center Bulldogs through the air, Tungate, 84 yards. That was divided amongst Alaska with 20, Croft with 11, Otto with 18, and Vandenberg with 35. On the ground, Alaska led the way with 31 yards. Tungate added 28, and Otto with 19.
A chilly night for sure, and a night where I think defense has been the operative word, maybe even more than the score may say. East Lansing's lone score came off a short field. Byron Center, a couple marches down the field, but a couple drives where they really struggled, and it took some big-time conversions, especially you think of the big Vandenberg throw with a big conversion on the second touchdown drive. It's been a tough game for either team to really be able to move the football. And that's the operative word. When you're sitting in a game like this and you say, well, 13-7 almost feels like a high score, you know that that's a really big advantage then that Byron Center holds, holding that lead.
Yeah, I think so. I think they were able to find a way to piece it together offensively after a couple struggles there in the mid portion of that first half. They were able to find some answers, but you see the adjustments taking place on both sides, on the defensive side of the football, especially with some of the looks that they're throwing and trying to stay to that physical game and really attack the other team's weaknesses and kind of that back and forth game that we're seeing on both ends.
All right, lot more still to get to here on our Farmers Insurance Halftime Show and the MGN Road to Detroit. Region 6 final here in Division 2, 13-7. Byron Center over East Lansing at the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here from East Lansing.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINR.
MGN is the driver. I am Chandler 2.
Oh, wow.
We're going to leave this in.
All right.
This is staying in the show. He is Chandler Timmer. I am Nate Dryer. This is what happens when you work together for 6 years. The names are one.
We're just one, yeah.
Chandler Timmer, Nate Dryer. Chandler Timmer, Nate Dryer. Michigan Game Night, Tailgate Report. We clearly have to stop talking. I do at least. I will see you all. I see you too. Friday night, Grandville, Wyoming. I think 6:30. We're on the air for that. Goodbye. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. And he has returned. He's still on the beach. We've been bugging him about it all week long, but Chandler Timmer joins me here on the Bates Agency pregame show. CT, you seem to be doing better than the rest of us.
Yeah, I know it's pretty nice down here. I kind of like covering basketball this way.
I'm sure you do.
Looking to this moving forward.
I can't blame you one bit. All right.
Rather than just always relying on one player.
Yeah, Scott Bates Agency pregame show continues here on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. CT, I think the next thing that you have to mention most notably in this contest is break me every time still. Every single time that happens, it gets me. The winners still go to the Heartland student section last year at the Breslin Center. Those guys win every time. Season. And we'll wrap up our broadcast with the Heinz Orthodontics smile of the game. Grown at that point guard position. Tough backcourt in general. Getting to some of those other pieces that we have out there. After 3 years, it finally almost came down on me. Good catch. I don't know what kid caught that, but that was a good catch. But regardless, a tough backcourt. Your flight's at 5 or your?
Yeah, the flight out of Panama City is like at 5, and we don't get home till like midnight. So
that sucks. So you're actually, that was a lie. You're not going to be tuning in.
Yeah, no. If I'm at the airport at that time, I will be. But I'm likely missing most of it.
Okay.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FIN.
Hey everyone, Nate Dryer from MGN, and MGN merch now available for purchase, and we have got a ton of options. Here's where you find the new MGN shop. Go to MichiganGameNight.com. Many of you have probably been there before. Click on the Shop Merch tab. Many of you have probably been to the MGN page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN Merch tab. It'll take you here. We've partnered with Teespring, neat company that allows for us to have a lot of different shirt designs. They'll print them, they'll make them, they'll ship them out to you. So a neat way that allows us to have a lot of offerings. We've got a ton of really cool t-shirts, hats, snapback, dad hats, beanie hats, water bottles, more t-shirts, more sweatshirts, just a ton of options. Really, just a ton of options that you're going to be able to look through and find exactly what you may want. We've done what we can, like I said, with Teespring to try to stack this thing. We'll have plenty more options that we'll put up on social media, but make sure you check it out.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
There's something for everyone on Pizza Ranch's legendary buffet. Our pizza buffet features hot, cheesy goodness, slice after slice after slice. Try our signature pizzas or request your favorite combination with our Buffet Your Way option, and you'll get the first piece. With endless possibilities, you're sure to find your ranch favorites. Everyone will agree that cactus bread is the perfect dessert to end your meal. For legendary food that everyone loves, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Hey, football fans, West Michigan Plumbers, Fitters, and Service Trades Local Union 174 is taking applications for apprenticeship from October 16th through October 27th. UA Local 174 apprentices earn great wages, excellent benefits, and paid training. Serving West Michigan since 1891. Find more information at ua174.org. That's ua174.org.
All right, welcome back, everyone, inside Lynn C. Adams Stadium here at East Lansing High School. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, and this is us wrapping up our Farmers Insurance halftime show. 13-7 the break, Byron Center over East Lansing. The Trojans get the ball to start the second half after they deferred the option after winning the toss. I mean, it doesn't take me to tell you how big of a deal this first drive is for the Trojans. Their offense, the only time they scored was on a short field. The Byron Center defense has really had their number. Both defenses have really had each other's numbers so far. This is a big one. I feel like East Lansing really cannot afford not scoring here, especially if they wind up going down 2 scores. It's not the kind of game you're coming back from a multiple-score deficit.
Yeah, definitely a possession here where they kind of got to figure things out right away and see what they can do. I think the recipe's there. You kind of saw it in the first half when on their scoring drive where running the ball with Clarizio on the early downs, picking up some yardage there, and then running some play action looks off from that where they can dump it off to their tight ends and wide receivers and some routes down the field. And I think that's going to help open things up, but it's harder to do that when the Byron Center defense is playing so physical and stopping some of that run game for short yardage.
I mean, that's so critical when you think about Clarizio and how incredible. He has been all year since he came back from injury. Their only 2 losses did come when he was out earlier in the year, but a kid that already going into the week had a Central Michigan offer. He comes out of the week with a Michigan State offer to boot. We've seen it. His ability to put his foot in the ground and quickly turn the corner and quickly have speed up field is just about as good as any back that we've seen this year. And we cover Jaden Terry at Granville every single week. So, this is a kid that really, really has impressed me. He just hasn't had the running room so far, and that's been the critical point of this football game.
Yeah, I think you can still see that the burst is there, and he's been able to make some guys miss, had some strong runs, but just hasn't been able to hit that home run yet, and I think you credit the Byron Center defense for that and their ability to wrap him up and make some of those tackles, just past the line of scrimmage to where you're giving up a nice chunk play of 4 or 5 yards, which is a run that the Trojans will take, but you're not giving up that big play down the field that's changing the game and leading to a long drive down the field.
Quarterback play in this game, both juniors, of course, Landon Tungate, a third-year junior up on the varsity level. He played a lot of quarterback last year ago for Byron Center. Both these guys have been under incredible amounts of pressure throughout this football game. We've seen them with some good throws, some throws that were missed even in the short field when they're trying to roll the pocket and trying to move things because the pass rush has been so in their face. That's so critical. If one of these teams is going to be able to start protecting their quarterback just a little bit, that'll completely change this ball game.
Yeah, it sure will. I think both teams have kind of fallen into having to pass in obvious passing situations to where the defenses are able to really pin their ears back and go for the quarterback. I think both of these teams, they really excel at throwing the football down the field when you're expecting power run game from them. When you've got, an early down where you're expecting to run with Clarizio, then you run the play action, you get some big body receivers. That's what the Trojans are going to be trying to do for Byron Center. Same thing, Tungate rolling out to the left and right, allowing time for his receivers to get down the field is much more effective when the Trojans don't know that it's coming and it's second and third when you're behind the chains. So I think both of those teams trying to stay on schedule in that passing game.
If there's one play that I think is going to be critical, we saw Baker score off of this. You mentioned it a few moments ago. If East Lansing, they like to be under center. We haven't really seen much I form, but they like to be under center. If they can get the play action rollouts, and they've had a couple open looks to guys like Baker in the flat, and he's able to do some things in the open field. If Fletcher can comfortably make some of those throws, moving the pocket, the same thing can be said for Tungate. I think that's really the key to the second half in terms of protecting the quarterback. It might be not protecting the quarterback, but instead getting him out of the pocket, changing the flow of the pass game a little bit.
Yeah, that is one thing that both of these teams kind of have going for them is they do that quite a bit naturally already and moving the pocket and run some of those rollouts and getting the quarterback away from just standing behind the line of scrimmage and letting that pressure get to him. So I think you'll see more of that in the second half and then trying to allow some of those routes time down the field to develop.
Quickly, keys to the second half for both of these teams if Byron Center's going to hang on, if East Lansing's going to come from behind.
Yeah, I think for East Lansing, I mean, you still have to continue to give the ball to Clarizio, but maybe be a little bit more unpredictable in some of their play action looks rather than going to it on second and third down, see if they can hit it on a first down a little bit more often. I think for Byron Center as well, it's just mostly avoiding penalty yardage. Outside of the drives where they've been backed up by some holding calls, they've been able to move the football down the field. So I think if they can clean some of the things up penalty-wise, they'll be in a pretty good spot.
All right, second half is just about on the way. We'll have a fresh 12 minutes. And we'll have a big one starting with this very first drive in East Lansing's offense getting ready to go back to work in just a few moments here. The third quarter on Michigan Sports Radio is brought to you by Michigan Hearing Experts. Their doctors of audiology use real ear measurements to optimize your hearing aid performance so you don't miss a play. This week's Family Fair tailgate special is self-basting turkeys for 59 cents a pound. For all the specials, go to shopfamilyfair.com. Very important, of course, the turkeys this time of year.
Yes.
Have to get thinking about that as we very quickly have gotten into the middle of November. It sure feels like it. A very, very brisk night outside and even in the press box a little bit here tonight. And that is certainly going to be something both of these teams will be contending with for the second half. Traveling white uniforms, black helmet, black pants for Byron Center. Home blues with a white helmet, white pants. They're the Penn State Nittany Lions uniforms. If everyone knows that look for East Lansing. Left to right across your radio dial. Byron Center and Hilliard will get ready to send it away. The sophomore right leg through the football sends a tumbler that bounces down at the 15-yard line, gathered at the 10 by Wyndham. He'll run it up over the 20, up the middle of the field to the 25, and gets corralled down over the 25 to just shy of the 30-yard line. So here comes the East Lansing offense, Chandler, for maybe the biggest drive of their season. Trailing 13-7, they have not been able to get their offensive mojo going. They're going to have to do just that right here.
Yeah, First time their scoring drive came after the Bulldogs went down the field and scored a touchdown to open things up. Now, once again, find themselves down a score. Got plenty of time to work with here, unlike towards the end of the first half, so we'll see what kind of recipe they come up with after the break.
They start from their own 27, out of the pistol. Give to Clarizio, cutting it up in the backfield, reversing field over the 30, and diving down to the 32-yard line. Effective run for 5 yards on first down. Clarizio getting tied up with the free safety, Landon Conrad, for a little while at the end of that play. I think they had some words for each other on the ground after a 5-yard first down carry.
Yeah, it looked like, I didn't know if there was an injured player. It was a very long time. It looked like neither one wanted to get up first, and both of those guys just on the ground there, but a pretty productive run there on first down. Picks up 5 or 6 yards, and now the Trojans' offense is moving.
It will officially be the 34-yard line and a 2nd and 4. Single back under center formation. Give to Clarizio right up the middle. Burst of speed over the 40. Angles outside the numbers 50 to the 40. 35-30. Left sideline. 10 yards of separation. 1 man to beat inside the 5. Isaac Lee chasing him down to the 5-yard line and shoulders him out of bounds. A touchdown saving trailing tackle from Isaac Lee, but a 1st and goal for the Trojans on the legs of their standout junior tailback.
And there's that home run play that we just talked about. Was not there for the Trojans in the first half. Flipping the field run right there from Clarizio, able to bounce it outside, and then that elite speed going down the sideline. Barely caught from behind to save the touchdown, but that's a play that immediately puts the Trojans here in danger territory and on the 5-yard line, knocking on the end zone.
1st and goal from the 5. 11:04 to go, 3rd quarter. And East Lansing a chance to take the lead back here. They'll change out their unit a little bit, bringing the junior wide receiver Owen Fortman back onto the field and running Ben Fletcher in from the sideline of the call. Fletcher, the home blue uniforms, the junior wearing number 12, breaks the huddle and goes to work under center, single back, wing off the right side, turning to give Clarizio, big hole over the 3, lowers the head into the end zone. Touchdown Trojans. East Lansing an answer from Jace Clarizio, the junior, doing it all that drive, and it's a 13-all ball game.
East Lansing offense can be very dangerous when the run game works like that. They don't have to mix things up too much when you can hand the football off to a runner like that and just makes a big play down the field, gets another opportunity from the 5-yard line right away into the end zone.
Big extra point from Armstrong, looking to take the advantage back for the Trojans. Fletcher to hold, snap down, left foot through the football, and a high twister is right down the middle and good. 14-13. East Lansing back on top as they answer quickly to start the second half. We will be right back. Welcome back to East Lansing. The Trojans have taken the advantage back with 10:39 to go in the 3rd quarter, and they'll send it away right to left across the radio dial. A squibber from Armstrong gathered at the 20-yard line by the charging Andrew Croft. He's got it over the 25 to around the 27, where a host of tacklers are able to hunt him down. And here comes Landon Tungate and company, Chandler, for this Byron Center offense. Again, the missed extra point on the first touchdown looming over this ball game as they now trail. Their offense had one of their most efficient drives of the game last time. They'll have to try to replicate that here as now some offense breaking out in this football game.
Yeah, and then a couple of their drives, the Bulldogs have been able to keep things together offensively, move down the field. It's the drives with the penalties there where they've been set back, so trying to clean that up in the second half. We'll see what the attack is here to try to neutralize some of that penalty yardage.
Byron Center from their own 27-yard line, 10.5 to go. Left to right across the line, they bring Croft in motion. They fake it to him and give it to Laska. Big hole over the 35, and a tackle from the legs made by Wyndham to the 40 to save what might have been a touchdown, but a chain mover from Laska. A lot of movement in the backfield, and the junior had a huge hole up the middle before Wyndham was just able to make a shoestring, again, maybe touchdown-saving tackle at the 40.
Yeah, biggest run of the night for Laska, that one going for 13 yards, an inside zone run, but as you mentioned, the wide receiver in motion behind the quarterback gives it a slightly different look.
Tungate leaning into Laska, getting the call across. Otto motioning across the line. Quarterback power keeper to the right side for Tungate. Turns it up over the 40 and got blasted down after a gain of 2 yards by Jalen McFadden. He'll tumble ahead, maybe even to the 43-yard line. It will be the 42 officially on the mark, in a 2nd and 8 coming up. Every time they've tried to run Tungate on some of the quarterback power looks, it's been well shut down, especially by the ranging safeties like McFadden after that play.
You know, you've got guys in the 2nd and 3rd level that can come up and play the run game like that, can deliver some hits on your quarterback, can make things difficult to try to get him involved in the running game.
McFadden, essentially another linebacker. They're closing him in. Charlie Baker, the lone deep safety. 2 wide receivers set, 2nd and 8 from their own 42-yard line. Snap to Tungate, fake give. He'll cut by 1 defender over the 40 and gets wrestled down by Justin Aululari, the junior, on the stop. Back around the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 9 after a loss of 1.
Back-to-back carries for Tungate, only a couple yards to show for it. Now 3rd and long for the Bulldogs. We'll see. This is a situation where they've dropped back to pass a couple times and have had some issues buying time for their quarterback to try to throw the ball down the field.
Jalari Thomas so big in the middle of this East Lansing defense. They shift up their front right here defensively. 3rd and 9 from their own 41-yard line. Inside 9 minutes to go. Byron Center, it looks like jumps early. Both teams are pointing at each other. It is a false start on the Bulldogs, and they will back up to their own 36-yard line. 3rd and 9 becomes 3rd and 14 with 8:48 in the 3rd.
Yeah, one of the subtle changes from the East Lansing defense there is they swapped ends, the left end and right end, right before the snap, moving and changing sides of the football and just throwing some of the timing off from the Bulldogs. You see that movement on the other side from them. They're trying to hold their ground on that left side, but just enough of an issue there. Seeing that movement causes the false start, now makes this 3rd and even longer.
And this East Lansing defense, they're willing not just to switch the ends, they'll switch a D tackle to an end and vice versa. A very malleable front line defensively. So again, 3rd and 14 for Byron Center, backed up to their own 36-yard line. 8:48 to go, 3rd quarter. East Lansing leads by a point. The Bulldogs go 3 wide out of the shotgun. Tailback Laska to the right hip of Tungate. Snap of the chest. The junior dropped a pass, has some time, dumps it off in the flat. Caught at the 39-yard line by Isaac Lee. Jumps over a defender to the 45-yard line. Got ridden out of bounds. Some hand fighting afterwards. A late penalty marker afterwards. And it looks like there might be an unnecessary roughness or a personal foul call that'll give Byron Center the 1st down.
Yeah, Lee tried to hurdle the defender to that left side. Just a underneath route going across the field, dumps it off, and somehow it's been overlooked. That's the first catch of the night for Lee right there. Able to turn it upfield. Got about 5 yards from the 1st down where he was brought down, but we'll see with this penalty. If it's against the Trojans, going to be a 1st down for the Bulldogs.
3 officials discussing at the 40-yard line around where that penalty marker was thrown. And it will otherwise be the 45-yard line and a 4th and 5 for Byron Center. Now all 4 officials gather around talking about this one. We will continue to wait for the call right here. They're going to wave it off. Penalty is waved off. It will be 4th down and 5 for Byron Center at their own 45-yard line, and they will bring the punt unit out. So Luke Laska will punt it away for the Bulldogs, and their defense will have to hold if they want to hold in a 1-score game.
Yeah, it's a tough decision for the Byron Center coaching staff there, as you've got a 4th and 5 right around midfield. I'm sure want to go for it, try to take the lead back, but instead you're going to trust your defense that, for the most part, dominated on the night.
Laska right leg through the football. He will punt a twister away that bounces down at the 30 and rolls its way inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. East Lansing wasn't fully buying that a punt was on its way, as Charlie Baker, the normal deep man on the return, was playing kind of almost inside his normal safety position, even in terms of depth on that play. So here comes the East Lansing offense, Chandler. Jace Clarizio was the offense last drive. What an impressive drive on the long run and the plunge into the end zone for the standout junior.
Yeah, what needed to happen for the East Lansing offense to get right, just hand it to your star running back a couple times, and he worked his way right down the field. Now we'll see the Trojans offense playing with some momentum, got the lead now. See what they're able to do to try to extend it.
8:27 to go, third quarter. Mark will be the 16-yard line for East Lansing. 1st and 10. Ben Fletcher and company will break it out. They go under center, single back, 2 wide receivers right here. Give to Clarizio, patient run over the line of scrimmage. Ball is stripped on the ground, falling on Byron Center football. Jackson Zylstra, the strong safety, helping rip the ball away and helping land on the ball inside the 15-yard line. The Bulldogs defense flips the ball game on its head one more time.
Massive play from the Bulldogs defense right there. Initially being able to wrap up the momentum of Clarizio, and then being able to get in there. You can see the hand rip right around the football and going in there with the intent to try to jar the football free. A huge play right there to flip the momentum and also flip the field, as now the Bulldogs already in the red zone.
13-yard line, 8:20 to go in the third. Tungate works from the gun. Trio or duo of receivers right. Penalty marker is down. It didn't seem like either team were quite set yet, but it's going to be a false start on Byron Center. And to me, it looked like neither team were set to begin that play even, but it will be a false start on Byron Center. It'll be 1st and 15 back to the 18-yard line.
Yeah, it's been the Bulldogs mostly the left side of the offensive line, whether it's the tackle or the tight end, Vandenberg to that side. It's been a couple times now that they've jumped a little bit early.
Vandenberg, the senior, but it's the sophomore Jackson Bovia, whose brother plays often, has rotated in the starting lineup this year at Hope College, and the sophomore at that left tackle position will stride back out. 1st and 15 for Byron Center from the East Lansing 18-yard line off the fumble. 14-13 the East Lansing lead. They motion Otto across the line of scrimmage. Quarterback run up the middle for Tungate, sidesteps a couple of defenders, goes into a spin move and gets the 15-yard line before he was shut down by Jay Carnegie again. They go to the quarterback. That was more of a quarterback draw versus a power run, but nowhere for Tungate to go. He's able to just get a couple of yards on that one. They'll give him the 16-yard line and 2nd and 13.
Yeah, the Bulldogs making an effort to get Tungate involved in the run game here so far in the second half. First drive not very successful, but going back to it here on the first play, picks up a couple yards of that penalty back.
Alaska to the sideline. Byron Center gonna spread it out. 3 wide receivers. The tailback will be Otto off the right hip of Tungate. East Lansing brings 3 down linemen and a standing edge rusher. They crowd the defense in, snap the waist. Tungate drop to pass, fires low, broken up and incomplete at the 5-yard line. He was looking for Will Lake. It was low on its way to being incomplete, but Julius Goodwin got the hand in there as well. It'll be 3rd and 13 from the 16-yard line. And if they aren't able to move the chains or move it into the end zone, decision time about putting it on Hilliard, your sophomore's leg, to try to take the lead back here.
Going to be an interesting decision there, but on the incompletion, Lake running a little slant route to the inside and then sitting down in the middle of the field. I think Tungate would have had him if he had a little bit more time. I think just rushed a little bit, feeling some of that pressure as he has all night long. Had to deliver the ball a little bit early, led him a little too much.
Otto stays in the backfield, 3 wide set, 3rd and 13, 7.5 to go in the third quarter. Tungate drop to pass, pressure coming, steps up, fires, looking for the end zone, caught, touchdown! Isaac Lee finding the soft spot on the defense. The junior hauls in another TD grab, and Byron Center takes the lead back.
Well, after Isaac Lee did not have a reception in the first half, now 2 so far in the third quarter. That one a massive one for the Bulldogs. Touchdown from 16 yards out on the in-breaking route. The post over the middle of the field, knew he was going to take a shot from the safety after he caught the football, but able to hold on, some strong hands right there, and Lee finds the end zone once again.
Well, it will be Hilliard coming out, but he'll be kicking an extra point here instead. What a grab by Lee through the traffic. He'll now hold. Snap is low, settled down by Lee. Right leg through the football. Hilliard got it right down the hatch, 20-14. Byron Center back up by 6 with 7:19 to go in the third quarter. Thanks again to Centennial Securities and Farmers Insurance, presenting sponsors of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio and the MGN Road to Detroit. Just a couple stops left. We do plan on being in D2 again next week. You know, Muskegon likely, who we saw a week ago. We'll see if Byron Center can hang on to this ball game as well. But we've had a lot of the D2 coverage from Michigan Sports Radio throughout this playoff run. We'll stay on that beat, so to speak, into a really thrilling semifinal week that certainly is coming up a week from now. And then we'll see if a West Side team in D2 is able to find their way to the state championship game. This Byron Center team keeps finding a way, Chandler. They have really been a story in that regard. This is as resilient of a football team as you're going to see for Coach Cisco.
Yeah, definitely. The way that they continue to fight back after facing some really tough teams in some really tough situations, continue to grind after it, and thereafter giving up the lead here early in the third quarter, able to get a takeaway defensively, turn that into a touchdown to regain the lead.
Hilliard to send it away one more time, left to right across your radio dial. The sophomore puts the right leg through the football, tumbles it near side, caught by Sams Jr. at the 15-yard line. Races straight right across the field, along the 15-yard line, turns it up with the right numbers. He got the 20-yard line. He gets laid out there, and a late penalty marker is on the field. The Byron Center sideline likes it. It looks like it's going to be after the play. A little bit of a unnecessary play from East Lansing will penalize their offense more.
Yeah, starting to see things escalate a little bit here in the second half. Is, of course, in a big game like this, tension's going to flare a little bit, especially in a game that's been going back and forth now as we get into the third quarter.
We did see a similar flag picked up, of course, a moment ago. It is a personal foul on East Lansing and a personal foul on Byron Center. So offsetting calls there will leave the ball at the 22-yard line on the mark. And here comes the East Lansing offense. Ben Fletcher and company moved the ball so efficiently on the first drive and didn't really get a chance last time. Jace Clarizio had all the offense the first drive and then also the fumble last time as he was ripped pretty cleanly. He and the offense roll back on the field. 7:10 to go, third quarter, 20-14, Byron Center the lead, and the Trojans start from their own 22-yard line. They go under center with Fletcher, single back, 3 wide receivers, 4 down front for Byron Center. Give to Clarizio up the middle, lowers his head over the 25 to the 26-yard line for a gain of about 4 on first down. He hits the hole, and they go out of that single back formation. He hits the hole with so much speed by the time he gets to the line of scrimmage. Plus, his offensive line has been getting an edge by a yard or two a lot of times on those carries.
Yeah, definitely an advantage when he can pick up speed that quickly behind the line of scrimmage, gets a pretty good start well behind the line in that single back set, and then able to turn that into some momentum as he breaks through the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 6 from their own 26-yard line. 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, trailing by 6 for East Lansing. Fletcher under center, single back formation, 3 wide receivers, fake give. Fletcher rolling right to pass, pressure coming, clutches, fires over the middle, caught 38-yard line. Twisting ahead, Kapilovic, the junior tight end, has the 40 and dives outside the numbers to the 41-yard line to move the chains. Again, they find the ranging Kapilovic in the middle of the field on the play action to move the chains.
Fletcher had to buy some time outside of the pocket there, kind of pumped one time, waiting for Kapilovic to come across the field. He was running an in route 10, 12 yards down the field. Had to wait an extra second for him to clear a defender in between and then able to deliver that football. Another first down for the Trojans.
Knees marked down to the 40-yard line. Own side of the field, the Trojans, home white or home blue uniforms, white helmet and white pants, break it out. 5:54 and less to go, third quarter. Fletcher will work from the shotgun. 3 wide receivers set. Byron Center showing some pressure. Snap to Fletcher. Throwing right side, caught 45-yard line, turning it up to the 49 is Fortman, and tackled from behind at the 50. That'll move the chains. They again find the junior on the quick little turnaround route and move it on ahead for the Trojans. Yes, it will move the chains. They're a little late to do so. Chain moving first down grab, and Byron Center to right, or East Lansing right to midfield now.
Yeah, I think this is where East Lansing offense can be dangerous, is they've already established the run game, the big 60-yard run earlier, and then the touchdown from Clarizio. Now you're starting to get the passing game involved. some quick throws down the field, get the ball in the hands of Fortman there, and another first down.
Fletcher out of the pistol, give Clarizio, big burst of speed, up to the 45-yard line, takes a trio of defenders with him all the way ahead to the 41 for a gain of 9 on first down. Charging run from Clarizio again, and the Michigan State offer junior has got 9 on first down to the 41.
Yeah, Clarizio 121 yards now, most of that came on that 60-yard run we just mentioned a second ago, but really starting to get some more yardage down the field. A really nice run on first down to pick up 9. We'll see if they want to keep it on the ground and try to pick this up or go back to the passing game, which has now been effective in the second half.
4:45 and less to go, clock running in the third. 2nd and 1 from the 41. Short shotgun, offset tailback right hip. They've run an end around and pitch it to Geeter, coming around the left side, cutting up to the 40. Has the first down to the 35 and spins down to the 33-yard line. Tackle made by Brown Jr., but a little bit of misdirection. Flip it to the end around man and move the chains.
On 2nd and 1 like that, it really allows freedom in the play calling there to kind of do whatever you want. They go a little bit tricky on the end around. They fake the handoff, look like it's going to be an outside run with Clarizio. Instead, have the slot man in motion going back the other way, a little reverse of direction. Picks up the yardage needed.
Probably been the best drive of the game in terms of efficiently moving the ball down the field the way they want to for East Lansing. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. 2 wide receivers, single back. Give over right guard to Clarizio. Cuts it up to the 25-yard line for another gain of about 5 on first down. Give them even 6 or 7 as they'll mark it to the 25. Cutting it up again, Clarizio moving it on ahead. They'll give him 7 on the official mark. 2nd down and 3 to that 25-yard line.
The Trojans offense looking much better in the second half. The one drive, because of the turnover right away on the first carry from Clarizio, didn't get a chance to see that one develop, but on the 2 sustained drives now, really moving the football pretty easily.
2 wide receivers, single back formation. Under center, Clarizio again over right guard, pushing the pile over the 20. He's got the first down, where his knee went down in between the 20 and the 21-yard line. So another chain mover from Jace Clarizio, gets the 20-yard line, and East Lansing chunking it on ahead. We go under 3:20 to go, third quarter. This is exactly what this offense is designed to do right now, Chandler.
Yeah, really able to find a nice mix offensively. Still getting those nice runs on the ground, picking up some good yardage. You've got the pass game involved as well. Some of your receivers in the end around and also that quick passing game.
From the pistol, wing off the right side, give to the pistol back. Clarizio whistles down. And a flag for another false start. We have had a rash of those for both teams in this game, and that'll make it 1st and 15 and back the Trojans back to the Byron Center 25-yard line.
I believe that one, the left tackle for the Trojans in Greenwald, trying to get a little bit of a head start, can be trying to get a little bit of a head start when he's running the football like that so well. The offensive line getting eager to try to get down the field and get a block. Just a little bit ahead of the snap count that time, going to back up East Lansing offense.
2:58 to go in the third quarter. 20-14 Byron Center. East Lansing driving and working out of this 1st and 15 from the 25-yard line. Fletcher out of the gun. Tailback, Clarizio to his right hip. Sams goes in motion to the left hip and back across right. Give up the middle to Clarizio, twisting past the defender to the 20-yard line and diving to just inside the 20. They will mark him to the 20. Good run to get back around that original line of scrimmage for Clarizio and make it 2nd and 10 to the 20.
Back-to-back 5-yard carries now for Clarizio between the tackles this time, attacking the middle of the Byron Center defense, able to break through the line of scrimmage initially. The linebackers there able to fill some of those gaps and prevent that from being a bigger gain, but still a run there that the Trojans take.
Back to the under center, single back on 2nd and 10. Clarizio again shut down at the line of scrimmage with a leg-churning tackle from Blake Otto. Able to dive for a couple of yards inside the 20 to the 18, but a big stop to bring up 3rd and relatively long from Otto there.
We'll see how committed the Trojans want to stay the run game now, as 3rd and long, as you mentioned, be more of an obvious passing down. I do think more than likely 4-down territory if they pick up some yardage here. Of course, field goal an option too inside the red zone.
90 seconds to go in the third quarter. 20-14 Byron Center. 3rd and 8 from the opponent 18-yard line for East Lansing. Snap low to Fletcher. Fake give. Throws left side. Caught Baker. 5-yard line. Stumbling through 2 defenders. Into the end zone. Touchdown East Lansing. Charlie Baker, second TD grab of the game. Dragging through defenders into the end zone. And the Trojans answer back 20-all.
That's now multiple times on the night. 3rd and 4th down situations when the Trojans need a big conversion. It's quite often been Fletcher looking for his big receiver and Baker down the field early in the game, able to hit him a couple times, move the chains. This one down inside the red zone, 3rd down, slant route from the left side across the middle of the field, puts the ball on target, and a touchdown for East Lansing.
It will be Isaiah Armstrong, the left-footed junior, again looking to give the lead back. Left foot through the football, high tumbler, right down the middle, and good. Second TD grab of the game for Charlie Baker. The senior has put East Lansing back on top with 1:22 in the 3rd. We will be right back.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Welcome back, Nate Dreyer. We have got a good one in this one. East Lansing 21-20 have taken the lead back with 1:22 to go in the 3rd, and back and forth we go. Isaiah Armstrong right to left across your radio dial, sends it away, gathered inside the 2-yard line at the 1, and returned here by Carter Ahern. He's got it over the 20, down to the 25-yard line. Here comes Tungate and company. They answered last time off the short field. They have to answer again.
Yeah, after the first drive offensively in the second half for the Bulldogs, not able to get much going, but helped out, as you said, by the short field, getting the ball inside the red zone, able to capitalize and get themselves on the board. Now going to have to go the length of the field, starting at the 25-yard line. We'll see what they're able to do offensively to try to continue to mix things up. They've seen more of Tungate running the football in the second half than we did in the first.
Bulldogs break it out from their own 25-yard line. 1:15 to go, 3rd quarter. They're back down a point. And also, interestingly, when might the 2-point conversion become a factor in this ballgame? They'll spread it here with a wing off either side of the line, empty backfield, 2 wide receivers. Laska goes in motion across the line. Tungate will follow him left and bounce it back to the right. He then tries to throw the football ahead, it almost looked like. It's a fumble ahead to the 40-yard line, fallen on by East Lansing and Romeo Washington, the junior. That was a very odd play, the way that thing came whipping out, almost looked like a pass. It's a fumble from Tungate. He's talking to Coach Cisco right now, but East Lansing, in a bizarre turn of football, have taken the football back.
Yeah, I've seen a couple fumbles now, one from the East Lansing side, and Clarizio gave the Bulldogs tremendous field position. Now Tungate, the quarterback for the Bulldogs, fumbling the football there on a 1st down run. He was initially going quarterback power left, got bottled up, was going to turn it back to the right side, going through the middle of the field, and it looked like the ball might have just got punched out. Ended up flying out of his arms and down the field, bouncing both teams an opportunity to try to dive on it, but the Trojans ultimately going to get the football back in pretty good field position.
It went flying 10 yards. It looked like a pass. From the low angle, it came out kind of 10 yards ahead, and East Lansing will start from the opponent 41-yard line out of the pistol. Fletcher leaning in, motioning Baker across the line. Delayed give to Clarizio over the 40, twisted down by Alaska to the 39-yard line for a gain of 2 on 1st down. We tick inside a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Byron Center's defense has got to bow up right here.
Yeah, and interesting there, too. Right before the snap, the defense running up one of the linebackers and having him play on the line. Ended up being a 5-down lineman set there for the Bulldogs defense, trying to just give the Trojans offense a different look right before the snap.
Fletcher under center, single back Clarizio. They give it to him, twisting away from the defender at the 40, cuts it up to the 35, and dives into Otto at the 34-yard line for a 3rd and short. We go inside, 25 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. 21-20 East Lansing. A huge opportunity for the Trojans, who have been very efficient in this second half. It looks like Coach Feraco is willing to take it into the break, and he is. Final 9 seconds will come off the third quarter clock. East Lansing has got the lead. They have the football. 21-20, Trojans after 3 quarters of play. We will be right back.
Have you recently collided with a deer or been caught in an unfortunate accident? Don't worry, Car Center Collision and Glass is your trusted partner to bring your vehicle back to life. With convenient branches in Cedar Springs, Burton Heights, Alpine, and Big Rapids, we're right around the corner to provide expert assistance. From collision repairs to mechanical fixes, we're your one-stop solution for all your car needs. Check us out at carcentermi.com.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Welcome back, everyone, to Lynn C. Adams Stadium in East Lansing. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, 21-20. After 3 CT, a big fumble from Landon Tungate has given East Lansing a perfect opportunity to strike and take potentially their first multi-score advantage of the contest. 12 minutes. The final 12 minutes, quite possibly, of one of these two teams' seasons on the board. It'll be a 3rd and 3 for East Lansing starting this quarter from the Byron Center 34-yard line. They go Wildcat formation. Direct snap to Clarizio, running up the middle. He has the first down over the 30 and pushes it down to the 26-yard line. They go Wildcat. Off to his left hip was the big junior defensive end, Jay Carnegie, but Clarizio able to move the chains out of the Wildcat.
Yeah, different formation there from the Trojans, trying to mix it up to start this fourth quarter. Clarizio lining up as the quarterback, essentially there, just taking it and running a power run to the left side, picks up the 3rd and short there, gives the Trojans a new set of downs.
Mark will be the 28-yard line. We tick under 11 and a half to go in the ballgame. 21-20 East Lansing. Fletcher, the 6'1 junior, in from the sideline with the call. He'll break it out. He'll go under center. Single back, tight end off the right side of the line. Give to Clarizio, sidestepping, angling left, busted up, and loses ground. Tackled in the backfield by Otto. Never able to try to turn it upfield. He was just getting stretched out further to the left. Good contain. And it'll be right back to the line of scrimmage on the forward progress. Now it will be a loss of 1. Nope. It will be a gain of 1. Will be the official mark. There were a couple quick marks that were up there. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 27-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like a designed inside run for Clarizio, and saw that gap close up pretty quickly. Was going to try to bounce to the left side, but good coverage from the Bulldogs run defense there to come up and stop that one for a short gain.
Back under center. 2 wide receivers to the right. Delayed give on to Clarizio. Big hole, angling left. Burst of speed over the 15, breaking a tackle inside the 10, and walks out of bounds to around the 7-yard line. Good run, angling left from Clarizio. 1st and goal, East Lansing. Trojans with a chance to stretch the lead.
Yeah, tremendous work from the left side of the Trojans' offensive line. Greenwald out there, the left tackle, helping open up that lane for Clarizio to run through. Helps when he's got that much extra room after already lining up in the backfield, and then able to hit that hole very hard. Another big gain there for Clarizio.
Coach Feraco relays the message into Fletcher, who will run it out as the unit changes out. 1st and goal, 7-yard line. 10 and a half to go, 4th quarter. East Lansing a 1-point lead. The H.O.F to add on. Single back, Clarizio. Give over right guard, following blockers, and stood up at the 5-yard line. Conrad, the free safety, and company able to stuff him after a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. 10, 20 and less to go. Clock ticking in the final frame.
I have to imagine the Bulldogs really going to start selling out for the run here, expecting Clarizio to get the football a couple more times. See if the Trojans want to get crafty here and go to the passing game. Some of the play action that they showed earlier, they can run some of those looks with Baker out in the flat. And if they catch the Bulldogs trying to cheat the run a little too much.
Under 10 minutes to go. 2nd and goal from the 5. Give to Clarizio. Up the middle. Nowhere to go. Met at the line of scrimmage by Chris Brown Jr. He'll get shut down on the mark, right back to that 5-yard line. A heavy unit will come in defensively for Byron Center. 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. We tick under 9:40 to go. 21-20. East Lansing looking to punch it in and stretch the lead.
Again, another situation. Charlie Baker on the night. A couple touchdowns. Has been the 3rd and 4th down guy. From the 5-yard line here, you look to your big body receiver. Wouldn't be surprised if East Lansing tries to force the football to him.
Fletcher will break him out, and he will work from the shotgun. Baker is out wide to the right. Trio of wide receivers out in the formation. Clapping a low snap. Fake handoff. Fletcher throwing right side. Sliding grab. Caught. Touchdown East Lansing. Owen Fortman on the sliding grab. And the Trojans back on top by an extended advantage, 27-20.
They run multiple receivers out to the right side. Use Baker as a decoy, going on the corner to the outside, draws the defense back there. Fortman able to slip underneath right near the goal line. The throw from Fletcher able to get down there. Fortman goes down to a knee, secures the catch, and gets underneath it. And now the Trojans extending their lead.
They will look to add the extra point and make it an 8-point game. Armstrong. The lefty, snap is down, left foot through the football. He'll angle it through, good. 28-20, East Lansing. Up by a full 8 now in this one. Do not go anywhere, we'll be right back here from Lynn C. Adams Stadium in East Lansing.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grshof.com.
Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, game night on Michigan Sports Radio from East Lansing. The Trojans have struck again. 3rd passing touchdown of the day for Benjamin Fletcher. This time he finds Owen Fortman. And Isaiah Armstrong, left to right, sends a high spinner inside the 5-yard line, taken on the retreat by Luke Laska. He's got it over the 15, bursting to the 25, and spins his way down into a tackling pile at the 28-yard line. Here comes the Byron Center offense. Chandler, they need a touchdown. They need a 2-point conversion if they are going to be able to tie this game back up. 8:58 to go. Their offense fumbled it away last time. Both offenses have been moving the ball pretty well in the second half, and it's going to have to be a little bit more of the same from Byron Center here.
Yeah, the turnover last possession definitely hurt, no doubt there. Giving the Trojans a short field that they get some points off from, but the bright side for Byron Center, he's still only down 1 score, can march down the field, going to have to get that 2-point conversion, as you said. But still an opportunity to tie the football game here in 1 possession.
They bring Otto offset to the left hip. Laska now will move to be the wing off the right side of the line. They motion Otto into the left slot, throw it to him on the screen. Caught at the 30, bouncing outside the numbers with speed to the 40, to the 45-yard line, and shoved out from behind by Romeo Washington, just shy of the 50-yard line. They telegraph the play, but the speed of Otto makes it work.
Yeah, a little different, mixing up some of the personnel there and where they're lining up on the field, but still getting Otto the football. That's one of the things that we talked about in the pregame, where they can line him up at a lot of different places, this time in the backfield, motion him out, and then hit him right away in the flat.
Byron Center from their own 49-yard line. Tailback Laska goes back to the right hip of Tungate. 8:51 to go, clock stop, 4th quarter. Otto in motion, they fake it to him. Tungate dropping to pass, throws right side, batted down by Dontavius Royals. The big senior gets both mitts on the football off the edge at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Tungate was just looking to dump that off once again to Otto. It was the left side, the first down play just a minute ago, and then this time they were going to swing it to the right side, but Royals able to get a hand on there, even though he wasn't able to get home and get all the way to Tungate before he got that pass off, gets the hands up, deflects the football, and prevents that completion.
8:45 to go. Clock stopped in the fourth quarter. Byron Center, 2nd and 10 from their own 49-yard line. They trail 28-20. Tungate breaks them out. Lasker to the right hip. 2 wide receivers out to the right side. 4 on the front line coming for East Lansing. Delayed drop to pass. Tungate clutches, fires right side. Caught curling ahead to the 45-yard line by Lee and slips down through the tackle of Isaiah Sams for 3rd and short. It'll be 3rd and 4. But a penalty marker in the backfield, and it looks like it might be another hold to the Bulldogs, bringing this one back.
Yeah, it looks like the Byron Center offense already moving back a little bit. Tungate rolling out to the right side. Looks like the hold would have been on the left side, trying to prevent some of those rushers from flowing with the play, going to the right and chasing Tungate down from the backside.
Waiting for the call. Head coach Bill Feraco having a meeting with one of the officials right now, trying to get something figured out. And it is an ineligible man downfield for Byron Center. So good job sniffing that one out, CT. That's why we keep you around, because you pick up that stuff far better than I seem to be able to. And it will move this back, and it'll put this offense in an even rougher position. Penalties have just been the story of the day for this Byron Center offense being stopped. It really has been that simple.
Yeah, it's been one of the downfalls for the Byron Center offense to this point. They've been able to move the football pretty well outside of that. It's just been some times where the holding calls and now the ineligible man downfield that sets them back. It sets them back now 2nd and 15, and to the point where now they're going to more than likely have to throw the football, and really allows the Trojans defense to play aggressively and try to attack the quarterback.
2nd and 15 from their own 44-yard line. 8.5 to go. Byron Center trailing by 8. 3 wide receivers set. Snap at the waist of Tungate. Drop to pass, has some protection, now it collapses. He runs right. Tungate tucking down, running back across his body, and he gets tugged down by Royals back to the 40-yard line. Tungate trying to create, but Dontavius Royals able to chase him down and make it 3rd down and very, very long. It'll be 3rd and 19.
And Tungate was doing everything he could to try to survive back there. Was unable to get around the end on either way. He was trying to fight back and forth, trying to find an opening to escape the pocket, but really good job by the Trojans' defensive line, as they have all night long, of containing Tungate, not allowing him to get around the edges, and then eventually getting home and bringing him down for a loss. And now, once again, as those couple drives early in the game with the penalty backed him up, then a sack. Now 3rd and very long, makes this a difficult situation for the Bulldogs.
Empty backfield, 4 wide receivers set on 3rd and 19 from their own 40. 7:40 to go. Tungate leans in. East Lansing brings the pressure. Thrown left side, caught on the screen by Lee. He'll twist it up to the 45-yard line, and nothing more. Isaiah Sams on the tackle. It's going to be 4th down and 15 here for the Bulldogs. Lasker will punt it away, and the Byron Center defense will have to hold East Lansing offense with a chance to maybe start to put this one away.
Yeah, the Bulldogs just trying to get in the hands of Lee. It was a quick throw out. The ball actually was batted by a defensive lineman for East Lansing, but Lee able to fight back towards the middle of the field, catch it. Still only got 5 yards, and now the Bulldogs punting.
Both teams are running their unit on and off the field. East Lansing was having some issues getting the word in. Coach Feraco forced to burn a timeout, so we will take one as well.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at GRSHOF.
Welcome back to East Lansing. Luke Laska, low tumbling punt, takes a very nice spinning bounce inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line. So East Lansing is going to be backed up to start this next drive. 6:57 to go in the ball game. 28-20. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. Here we go. Biggest drive of the game of the season for East Lansing's offense and for Byron Center's defense. It's that simple here. A regional championship on the line.
Yeah, time starting to get narrow here for the Bulldogs, and after their offense unable to do anything to try to tie the football game up, going to have to rely on the defense, which has given up some yardage and some scores here in the second half. But I think the Bulldogs defense, you can see them urging each other on, knowing right now this is make or break right here. Got to get a stop.
The mics normally work better if you
they
flip
do,
them down
yeah,
in front of your face.
That was a test right there. We found that out.
Fletcher handoff to Clarizio over left guard. He'll break it outside past the 10, twist it down to the 12, but a penalty marker is down in the backfield, and we'll see if this one's coming back on a hold. It's okay. We've only been doing this for almost a decade.
Oh, there's so much going on. Sometimes you just forget the simple things, you know?
6:50 to go. That's kind of blaming me, isn't it?
No,
because
no,
we have
no.
way too much going on all the time.
No, I during the break, I remember telling you I've got time to do some math, and so I was busy crunching numbers and then just completely forgot that I need to talk yet.
Okay, so off the penalty, it is going to get backed up to the 5-yard line on the hold, so now it becomes 1st and 14. Back to the official mark will be the 4-yard line for East Lansing. So back to their own 4-yard line. 6:50 to go in the ball game. And Fletcher in from the sideline with a call from Coach Feraco, the Hall of Fame sideline boss for East Lansing. They go under center, single back. The back Clarizio stands in the end zone on the J in Trojans. Baker across the line of scrimmage, left to right on the motion. Give to Clarizio up the middle, cuts it up over the 5, diving into a pile at the 9-yard line. Tackle made by the strong safety, Jackson Zylstra, who had the fumble pick up a little bit earlier in the game. They get the 9-yard line, charging run there from Clarizio for about 5.
Yeah, the Bulldogs starting to mix it up. They've flashed it a couple different times, that 5-man front, where Otto on the outside, normally playing that outside linebacker position, has started to creep up towards the line, going down to that 3-point stance and showing the 5 defensive line front, and then kind of backing off at times, just trying to give a mixed look and trying to confuse the Trojans' offense as they're looking to run the football.
Fletcher will break it out, single back under center. 2 wide receiver look on 2nd and 10 from the 10-yard line. Clarizio straight up the middle, spun down at the line of scrimmage and falls ahead for a couple of yards to the 12-yard line. It'll be a 3rd down and 8. The Byron Center defense with a chance to hold and give their offense a chance. 5:48 and less to go. The Byron Center crowd comes to their feet and comes to a frenzy. 28-20 East Lansing. It will be a 3rd and 8 from the 12-yard line. Fletcher wearing 12 in the home blue uniforms. The junior has the call in for the sideline. They'll break it out. Fletcher works from the shotgun. Tailback Clarizio to his left hip. 4 wide receivers spread formation on 3rd and 7. Low snap, handled by Fletcher. Throwing deep over the middle. Caught at the 50-yard line. Racing the open field by Andrew Waters. He's clear and gone. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown East Lansing. The Trojans go the length of the field, 88 yards to the house. Waters gets in behind the defense, and East Lansing leads 34-20.
Absolutely stunning right there on 3rd and 7. You expect the Trojans more than likely just to run the football. They're on their own 12-yard line, try to pick up some yardage and punt the football away, but instead they take a shot down the field. Waters on the right hash mark, just running the go route right down the middle of the field, had his man beat, and Fletcher delivering the ball right on the hands, didn't have to break stride, breaking the shoestring tackle, and then all the way down the field.
Waters, one of the guys listed on our board and on the depth chart and on the roster, is one of their backup quarterbacks coming in out of the slot, running the length of the field, 88 yards to the house, 5:03 to go. And a 2-score lead for East Lansing and a chance to make it a 15-point advantage right here with the left foot of Isaiah Armstrong on the point after. Absolutely stunning. It looked like Byron Center was about to get off the field and save their season possibly, and East Lansing could not have flipped the ball game anymore. Armstrong, the lefty, to kick the point after. Fletcher to hold. Snap down, left foot through the ball, and a twister is through the uprights, and good. 35-20. Well, let's talk about Ben Fletcher, the junior. 4 passing touchdowns in this game. Incredibly efficient, even while throwing the football down the field. He's been the X factor. We said it at halftime. If one of these two teams can find a way to protect their quarterback, to move the pocket, to get the football down the field, it will be huge. Fletcher has done just that in the second half.
Yeah, he sure has. It's been impressive. I think it started to able to get the run game going, and then that buys a lot more time for your quarterback to see the field and allow that offensive line to give him some protection. And then after missing 1 or 2 throws early, has settled down into this game very well, delivering some nice throws down the field and some deep shots as well, not just the underneath stuff. That one, a nice throw, had to put it on the money and did. Couldn't have put it, if he'd handed it, couldn't have put it in a better spot right there, allowing that big touchdown down the field and adding to his incredible night.
East Lansing looking for a 10th straight victory. They started the year 0-2 with a tough non-conference slate. They ran through the CAAC blue this year. And Armstrong left to right in the home blue uniform. Where's 34? We'll send it away again. 5:03 to go. Robin Otto back to return. Left foot through the ball. This is a squibber bouncing up to the 20-yard line. Some difficulty settling it down for Andrew Croft, who's forced to sit on it back around the 25-yard line. Here comes the Byron Center offense. They now have to score quickly, find a way to get the ball back. They've had some magic, to say the least, this postseason run. They're going to have to find quite a bit more right here. 5 minutes exactly to go, and they face a 15-point deficit.
Yeah, they've overcame the odds already a couple times this season, but this is maybe their toughest challenge yet. Now, time not on their side for the first time really here tonight. Going to have to go pretty quickly. 2 timeouts remaining. We'll see what they do. Looks like going to spread it out early.
They'll start with a 4 wide receiver set, empty backfield from their own 24-yard line. Tungate leans into the shotgun. 3 down front on the other side. Tungate clutches, fires hard right side. Diving attempt at the grab made by Will Lake. He's unable to hang on to it at the 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 10 right back to the 24.
Yeah, Lake running the hitch on the inside there to the right. Sat down and tried to get underneath that football, but looked like as he tried to drop down to his knees to catch it, went right between the arms and incompletion.
2nd and 4, or 2nd and 10 from the 24. And again, Tungate will work with a 4 wide set, relaying the message. Snap to the junior, rolling left across his body. Some pressure coming. Tungate will tuck it down. He'll run over the 25 and spin it ahead to the 32-yard line before he's shut down by Dontavius Royals off the edge. 4:40 and less to go. 3rd down coming up for the Bulldogs, and they're working quickly. Up to the 31. It's a 3rd and 2 here. 4 wide set. Snap to Tungate. Throws right side. Caught at the 35-yard line by Croft, and he will spin down right where he caught it, but that will move the chains ahead to the 36-yard line. Byron Center working with pace inside 4:25 to go. Same empty backfield, 4 wide receiver set right here. 2 down linemen, 2 standing edge rushers. Snap to Tungate, has some time. Now he'll tuck it. The junior clutching, fires right side along the sideline. It's caught by Lee, but he catches it out of bounds at 2nd and 10 back to the 37-yard line.
Tungate there wanted to escape to the right side. He was already rolling that way, and there's been multiple times now where it looks like he really badly wants to tuck it and just run, but the defensive line in the second level of the Trojans keeping him honest, not allowing him to have some open field to try to turn that upfield, and just forced to throw that one along the sideline and pretty much throw it away.
4:10 to go, 2nd and 10, Byron Center. Snap to Tungate, rolling left. He's going to tuck it, race ahead, throw it down the field, 45-yard line, through the hands of Otto, into the hands of Wyndham, but he's unable to hang on to a game-sealing INT, and Byron Center keeps the football at their own 37-yard line.
The Bulldogs fortunate to keep the football there as both Otto and Lee were running routes to the left side. The football kind of thrown in between them, over the head of Otto but short of Lee. If Otto hadn't got his hands up there, it would have been an interception for Wyndham, but I think Otto deflected it just enough that it hit off the chest of the defender.
35-20 East Lansing. Byron Center, 3rd and 10 from their own 37-yard line with 4:03 to go. Tungate will spread them 4 wide, empty backfield. East Lansing is bringing the house. Snap to Tungate, pressure coming, throws, caught 50-yard line by Otto. Hangs on to the football through a big hit from McFadden at the 50, and that'll move the chains. The pressure was coming, Tungate got it away, and Otto hung on through a big hit to the 50.
Yeah, much better throw that time over the middle of the field. Otto able to secure the difficult catch.
Snap to Tungate, working quickly, right side, ball swatted down at the line of scrimmage by Keenan Shropshire, the defensive end. 2nd and 10. Clock will stop right at the 50-yard line. 3:47 to go. 35-20. East Lansing. Byron Center trying to drive in something that's kind of foreign to them right here. The empty backfield sets that they've been utilizing. 4 wide receivers, tight end off the line, Vandenberg. And Tungate will work from the shotgun. 2nd and 10 from the 50. Snap of the chest. The junior clutches, fires right side out of the reach of the leaping Otto to the 45-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 10. A quick throw and some miscommunication between the junior and the senior there on the quick out route.
Yeah, it looked like Tungate leaning a little bit, trying to find the window to deliver that football. Maybe expecting Otto to either stay where he was at or break it in, and Otto instead went to that boundary to the outside. Just a throw there a couple feet off, and Otto just barely able to knock it down, get a hand on it.
3:44 to go, 35-20. East Lansing in a 3rd and 10 for Byron Center. Empty backfield, 4 wide set. The Trojans will bring some pressure. Tungate flicks the shoulders, steps up in the pocket. Pressure coming, down he goes. Dontavius Royals on the sack, back to the 45-yard line. 3.5 minutes to go. Coach Cisco will call a timeout before 4th down. And again, it's this East Lansing pass rush, Chandler, and it's a pass rush that has just been making all the difference all game long.
Yeah, it has. From start to finish, they've been able to get some pressure in the backfield. Tungate's never been able to really set his feet. They do a lot of designed rollouts anyway, but a lot of times he's never able even to stop and try to look down the field. It's immediately off either edge. He's got a guy in his face, and then he's just trying to run for his life and try to find somebody down the field, and it's been difficult.
This East Lansing team, when you talk about the things they want to do with different formations, running the ball to set up the play-action pass game, playing great defense led by a defensive line that gets after the quarterback all game long. You could not have drawn up, I think, a more perfect second half for Coach Feraco's team. They certainly played things exactly as they want to draw up every football game, and he has been drawing them up for the last 20 years.
Yeah, the second half has been tremendous for the Trojans, and after only having 7 points at the half, now up to 35, the offense has found a rhythm defensively, able to get some turnovers to flip the field. They've got themselves some momentum, and now really have the Bulldogs crunch for time and in a tough spot.
This East Lansing team, they failed to score 12 points their first 2 weeks of the year in the losses. They scored 5 or more touchdowns in all but one game since, and they, of course, have matched that again today, including 4 passing touchdowns, as this air attack has been really operating well. 4th and 14. 3 wide receivers set for Byron Center. Snap to Tungate, looking to save the season, rolling across the body. Well covered down the field. He'll just throw it away over the 20-yard line. Incomplete. East Lansing takes back over. 3.5 minutes to go, and a 2-score lead for the Trojans. And it looks like Coach Feraco's team is going to be state semis bound.
And Tungate looking for his guy, and Isaac Lee. It was double covered down the field, but still was just going to give him a shot. Threw it deep down the field, I think expecting Lee to continue to run and just try to find a way to get down the field behind the defenders, but instead Lee broke it back off towards the sideline and was going to try to get a little ways past the sticks, come back and try to create some separation. Instead, Tungate throws it down the field and overthrows his target.
Muskegon, Saginaw Heritage tomorrow. East Lansing, if they are able to hang on, which it certainly appears they will with 3.5 minutes to go, and the football, are waiting to find out if they're going slightly east or slightly west to the middle meeting point of either opponent that they may have in the next round. A timeout called from Coach Feraco. They were kind of slow to get some things set up. Remember, thank you again so much to Centennial Securities, Farmers Insurance, see them rotating on screen. If you're new to game night, either from East Lansing or Byron Center following, and all of our other normal fans through Michigan Sports Radio. Make sure you check out michigansportsradio.com/MGN or michigangamenight.com. Follow us across social media at MI Game Night. That's been on your screen all night long. Make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube, and also through michigangamenight.com or the Michigan Game Night page on Michigan Sports Radio. Check out the MGN shop. We've got some playoff-themed merch, some other merch as well that you can check out. So if you like the coverage, have been tuned in all year, we have got some options that way, and we'll have more options as the playoffs come to a close as well on this MGN road to Detroit. 3.5 to go in the ball game, 3:27 to be exact. Fletcher goes under center. Give to Clarizio up the middle, and he is horse collar tackled hard down at the 45-yard line. Vandenberg on the stop there, the 46-yard line, so it'll be a gain of 1 and a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, short gain on first down, and we'll see now the Bulldogs do have 2 timeouts remaining. If they're going to use them here or choosing not to after the first down run, let the clock run and see what happens on second down.
If you're still listening, it looks like Catholic Central West Catholic in a absolute thriller, also on Michigan Sports Radio. I'm sure if you're committed to listening to this game still and not that one, you're probably committed to this football game. What a game it's been until the end, though, and what a well-executed game from East Lansing. Under 2:45 to go. Delayed give out of the single back to Clarizio, running right at the 50, twisting down to the numbers, and he's chased down by Otto and Laska back to the 49-yard line for a loss of a couple. It'll be 3rd and 12 here as Clarizio never able to turn the corner on the delayed stretch give right.
Yeah, about the only time Clarizio has gone backwards on the night. The loss of 3 yards right there was going to be a stretch run to the right side, and the Bulldogs able to come up and make a tackle in the backfield.
What a season it's been for Byron Center. We'll talk about, of course, this fan base gets to turn their attention to a year-over-year state championship contending hockey team, as well as a basketball team with a lot of talent that we had the chance to see last year as well, and they bring back a lot of those pieces as well. But this is a incredible football team that's done so much and have come from behind so many times. Pistol formation, 3rd and 12. Give to Clarizio up the middle. Burst of speed to the 40. He's got the left side of the 30. He's gone to the 25. Clarizio puts the exclamation point on it with a 49-yard run. Touchdown, East Lansing. The Trojans are going to the state semifinal.
Big play there to cap off the game from Clarizio. Had a long run, 60-plus yards, got brought down at the 5-yard line, that time breaking free, easily untouched into the end zone. I was going to say, going into this drive, had an outside chance at 200 yards there, and that 49-yard run easily goes over. He's got 220-plus, a couple touchdowns to go with it.
A quiet 222. They just kind of found a way to grind it down, ride him down the field. Of course, they scored 4 times on the pass play off of it. A perfectly executed offense all second half long for East Lansing. Armstrong looked to add the extra point, left leg through the football, and he gets the point after. 42-20. East Lansing all over Byron Center down the stretch in this game. We were back and forth through the first 3 quarters, but East Lansing, Chandler, has found a way to put their foot on the throttle and put this football game away.
Yeah, they sure have. I think just a completely different attack here in the second half, and after they were stymied on offense for pretty much the entire first half, to see that the way that things have exploded now, a couple late scores that have kind of made this look a little bit more of a deficit than what it was most of the game, but just from the start of the second half now to hear a minute plus remaining in the game, the way that the Trojans have made the adjustments and then really explode offensively and defensively.
We got a lot to figure out after the game. Stay with us for the Centennial Securities post-game show. Some awards to hand out, in particular the Granville Rainbow Grill Player of the Game is going to be a really tough one to hand out. There have been a couple of guys that have certainly been standouts on this East Lansing offense. 42-20 the tally. East Lansing down the stretch. They were down 13-7 at the break. The offense has exploded. The defense has been making plays all over the field, all going back to that forced fumble that really flipped the script in this ball game. 1:41 to go. Armstrong will send it away again. Squiver up over the 30-yard line. corralled by Otto, racing over the 30, breaking a tackle over the 40, stumbling to the 45, and twisting his way over the 50, down to the 48-yard line. Good return from Otto, getting it into plus territory, and Byron Center's offense will look to try to put one last exclamation point on their season here, as the odds are long, but at least this is a team that is, first and foremost, still so young. Big seniors like Otto, Vandenberg not coming back, some members of this offensive line, but Tungate, Laska, Lee in particular, that trio all with junior, it is all ahead of this team, I think, going forward in the years to come.
Yeah, definitely have showed some of their potential here in this playoff run, and of course going to lose some key pieces and playmakers there, but when you bring some guys like that, a quarterback, running back, some linemen as well, definitely set up pretty well for the future too.
4 wide set, drop to pass here from Tungate, throws on the right side, caught 45-yard line by Landon Conrad, and the junior drags it out of bounds to the 40-yard line. Conrad, one of the guys that we haven't seen a ton of the pass game, but a junior playing free safety that we'll likely see more of in that pass game next year for Byron Center, working quickly. 2nd and 3, 41-yard line, a minute and a half to go. Clock stopped, 42-20. Low snap to Tungate, drop to pass. The junior stepping up in the pocket. Quick jump pass, caught 39-yard line by Laska. He'll run it past the first down marker to the 35-yard line and wisely get his way out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:21. Mark will be the 36-yard line. Byron Center working quickly. The clock stopped again, 1:20 to go. They trail 42-20 at the end of this one. It's going to be a regional championship again for Coach Feraco's team and East Lansing. It'll be 10 wins in a row after they started 0-2. Rolling left across his body, Tungate. Pressure coming, he'll tuck it down. He'll run it with a whole bunch of space at the 25. Angling right at the 20. He's got the 15-yard line. Outside the numbers, spinning past the tackler inside the 10. And Tungate dives down into a pile at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal for Byron Center. Nice play with the legs from Tungate. I think that's one thing for Tungate that has been there more often than he's taken in this game. He's taken some sacks rather than tucking it down, and you see it right there in the open field.
Yeah, I think at times has tried to stay in the pocket a little bit too much, and some of that due to the pass rush and the contained from the Trojans defensive line, but they're able to break it free.
Tungate snap, 5 wide receivers, throws to the end zone, incomplete, looking for Andrew Croft on the diving grab attempt in the end zone. 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. Clock stopped with 53.5 on the clock. And Byron Center looking for a last gasp right here, down a trio of scores now and working again. 5 wide receivers from the 7-yard line. 2nd and goal for Tungate from the gun, wearing 4 in the traveling white uniform. Snap at the waist. Tungate throwing left side, caught at the 6-yard line by Croft. Twists it ahead to as far as the 5 before he is shut down by Noah Lopez and Julius Goodwin. Clock will wind inside 40 seconds. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. 42-20 East Lansing. Back to the 4 wide set. Tailback Laska to the left hip. Snap to Tungate at the waist. Drop to pass, throws for the end zone. Incomplete. A big hit thrown from Baker. Separates man from football as he was looking for Conrad, and a late penalty marker comes out after the hit.
And I think a flag thrown on the hit to Conrad in the end zone. On the receiver, if he was defenseless there trying to catch the football. Not sure. I think it looked like a pretty clean hit from here, but might have been up towards the helmet area just enough to try to draw the flag.
25 seconds on the clock. 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. So personal foul called on Baker, who will go back to the sideline, and a fresh set of downs will come off this 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Tailback Laska to the left hip of Tungate, who will work with 4 wide receivers, a trio of them to the right. Snap to Tungate at the chest. Pressure coming. Down he goes to the 14-yard line. Isaiah Sams was the first one there, but there were 4 other guys in blue uniforms coming with him into the backfield. We'll wind inside 14 seconds to go. Let's see if Byron Center tries to run another play or if they're going to run it to the sideline. They'll run it to the sideline. Both teams will come together into the handshake line. Byron Center's magical run is going to come to a close. But for East Lansing and the Trojans, it's going to be 10 wins in a row. head coach Bill Feraco's team have found a way all season long to put up points and to ride a great front line defensively. Chandler, as we welcome everybody inside to our Centennial Securities postgame show. And this second half, the Trojans team did exactly what Coach Feraco wants them to do game in, game out.
Yeah, definitely a slow start, much like what their season was. Slow start and then a all gas after that, and running away with this thing late. A couple big plays that helped extend their lead, but after battling things early on, trying to stay in a close game, things really taking off for the Trojans in the second half.
Exactly, well put. A game that was a microcosm of the season for East Lansing, and the Trojans wind up winning it big, 42-20. They protect home field. They go to the state semis next week, and they pick up another regional championship for Coach Feraco. Do not go anywhere. We've got a ton more to get to here on our Centennial Securities postgame show.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
Revolution Rehab offers a personalized approach to physical therapy and health. Dr. Tyler started a private pay practice, allowing him to provide a level of care that you deserve. His goal is to recognize the root cause of the problem and restore the body's natural function. He uses physical therapy as a tool to inspire others to live a healthy and meaningful life. With 2 locations in Rockford and Grand Rapids, he can help you get back into the game. Check him out at therevolutionrehab.com.
Let's take a look. As I mentioned over the phone, wear and tear.
Oh man, they're never gonna buy this thing. Wear and tear? Well, there's the coffee stain on the seat. It needs new brakes. All 4 wheels squeak. The passenger door doesn't even have a handle. Not to mention that one time I went to my uncle's farm and backed up into a truck full of shit.
Should about cover it. You're all set.
Oh.
Don't overthink it. Seller to Weller. 167 horsepower, candy red, 8 cylinders of freedom. And to think, he only let me drive it once. I've never considered myself to be a lucky man. That would be Dad. He didn't know a thing about cars, couldn't tell a hatchback from a quarterback. But somehow his just kept going, and going, and going, and going. Turns out Dad wasn't lucky. He just knew where to look.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. East Lansing's Lynn C. Stadium. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, Centennial Securities post-game show. Scoring recap a lot longer in the second half than the first half. It was 13-7 Byron Center at the break quickly. In the third quarter, Clarizio had a 5-yard run that he set up himself with like a 60-yard run that was before it. So he was good from 5 yards out, made it a 14-13 game in favor of East Lansing after the extra point. Then Tungate found Lee from 16 yards out to answer. Byron Center goes back on top 20-14. Then Fletcher found Baker from 18 yards out to close the third quarter 21-20. At the end of 3, East Lansing winning, and then the fourth quarter, all Trojans. Fletcher found Fortman, Fletcher found Waters, and then Clarizio had a 49-yard streaking touchdown run, 42-20. Your final score, CT, some stats.
All right, we'll start with the Bulldogs. Through the air, Tungate, 165 yards. Broken up into receiving, Laska with 25, Croft 18, Otto 50, Vanderberg with 35, Lee with 30, and Conrad with 7 on the ground. Tungate led the way there as well, 57 rushing yards. Delasco with 44, Otto with 19. For the Trojans, impressive night from Fletcher, 197 passing yards, a long deal with a lot of those touchdowns you just mentioned. Receiving stats, Baker with 64, Kaplovich with 25, Fortman 20 yards, Waters with the long reception for 88 yards. On the ground, Clarizio 229 yards on 29 carries. Sam's had a couple carries for 4 yards, and Getter with 9.
All right, we are going to take one last very quick break. When we come back, we got some awards. We'll wrap things up. We'll get out of here, and we'll move on to the state semis next week on the MGN Road to Detroit and Ford Field. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back to wrap things up in just a moment.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here. Game night on Michigan Sports Radio. 42-20 the final. East Lansing is state semis bound. They have won another regional championship for head coach Bill Feraco. All right, CT, ready for some awards. Let's give out some awards. We got a lot to give out as well. Let's start with our Farmers Insurance Play of the Game. So many options, but the leading one that kind of was the main takeaway streaking play, 88 yards, Fletcher to Waters. It was kind of the game winner and the final kind of gut punch body blow as well that put it away for East Lansing.
Yeah, it was a situation where the Bulldogs made a couple stops defensively, had a chance if they had gotten one more to get off the field. It was third down, and then would have forced the punt more than likely, got the football back, and down to just one score, 8 points, would have had a chance to try to get a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and tie game. And I think you're looking at a completely different ball game instead. The Trojans hit that deep shot down the field, the long touchdown, and really opens things up.
Centennial Securities winning game plan, the best play call of the game. And remember that Centennial Securities offers the investments and advice for your best financial game plan. Not necessarily one call in particular, but it was that second half. Coach Feraco's offense, if you're a fan of multiple offense, running the football to set up the play-action pass game, to set up wide-open receivers, it was as perfectly executed of a pro-style attack as you're going to see.
Yeah, it took them the first half to kind of figure things out, but you saw the adjustments at halftime and then into the second half. Defensively, keeping Landon Tungate in the pocket, not allowing him to create some plays down the field, made things really click for them defensively, and offensively they were able to really get that mix going of leaning on the run game, but then not over-relying on it and still able to hit some of that play action down the field, get their guys involved in some of their big playmakers.
Rainbow Grill player of the game. The Rainbow Grill in Granville, open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday. You can get half a sandwich and a side for $9.09 from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily, and it's Wet Burrito Wednesdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. There's a lot of options here from Byron Center, so we are we're going to chicken out. We're going to go co-players of the game, as we often like to do. Let's go Benjamin Fletcher, the terrific junior Ben Fletcher. 4 passing touchdowns, nearly 200 yards, and over 220 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns for Jace Clarizio. I mean, they played off each other so well. It's fitting that they are co-players of the game presented by the Rainbow Grill.
Yeah, really. I mean, both had tremendous games. They're really impossible to try to pick one or the other. I think, both had some huge plays. Clarizio with some long runs, touchdowns in there. Fletcher all night long delivering accurate football to his receivers, allowing them to make some plays down the field, had the touchdowns to go with it. So tough to pick between them, but I think, as you said, they went hand in hand together. The run game from Clarizio opening things up for Fletcher, and then he capitalized on that with some openings down the field.
And also a second level on the defense. Pretty much everyone, especially Dontavius Royals on that defensive line, because Landon Tungate just had no time to pass all day long, and they were so impressive getting the pass rush there. I mean, it was all clicking in that second half for East Lansing. Lastly, our Car Center hit of the game. You're going to have to go to the hit that was made on Byron Center's junior quarterback, Landon Tungate, when he fumbled it away. That was really the turning point. Byron Center was driving with a chance to get themselves back in the football game. Instead, they turn it over. It turns into points. There were a couple fumbles that probably for either side could count to that, but that hit in particular was the turning point in the football game.
Yeah, at that situation and time in the game, it looked like we were going to kind of get into a back and forth up and down the field. Teams were starting to move the ball offensively. Instead, the Trojans' defense able to knock the football free. That's one going to be interesting to go back and watch the replay of that one, I think, after this, just to see exactly how that went. To me, it looked like at the time the ball punched free out of the arms of Landon Tungate as he was trying to kind of work his way more across the middle of the field. Regardless, the football was flying down the field, and the Trojans able to jump on it, flip the field, and add another possession for them to extend their lead.
You say it was punched out. I was saying he was almost trying to throw it away, and it turned to a fumble. Some say there was a second shooter on the grassy knoll.
We'll never know.
We may never know. All right, I think that'll wrap it up. What a performance from East Lansing. I'll kind of give you the final word on it. This is a team to start 0-2, and like you said, a microcosm.
Yeah.
We saw in this game, they started slow. Man, they just find a way to fight down the stretch, and they played a team with a heck of a lot of it fighting them in Byron Center tonight. This is going to be a team, whether it's Heritage, likely even Muskegon, probably next week, and it's probably a game that we'll have coverage of if it is Muskegon. East Lansing's going to put up a fight. Coach Feraco's boys want a trip to Ford Field, and they can do it in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, they sure can. I think you kind of saw things come together for them here in the second half. And, I mean, they've got the star running back, and they've got the offensive players, the quarterback, Fletcher, we talked about, and kind of got that mix. Of course, the pro-style head coaching experience that things they're looking for kind of in a playoff run. They've got it. They've been there, been to the regional final now multiple times over the last couple of years, and so kind of things coming together for them. And, I mean, there's probably no hotter team in the state right now than the way that they've played. Of course, missing some guys early on in the season is a big factor, obviously, as they're showing here in this run. And so if it does end up being Muskegon next week, it's going to be a tremendous game, I think, between those two for an opportunity to go to Ford Field.
All right, I certainly can't wait regardless what's coming up. Congrats to East Lansing. And congrats to Byron Center. What a season for a team that is still young, and I would certainly, of course, not doubt it if they are right back in the same sort of position with a chance to win this game a year from now. For Chandler Timmer and everyone at Michigan Sports Radio, Michigan Game Night, I am Nate Dreyer signing off. We'll see everyone next week for a state semifinal matchup. Make sure you follow us all across social media at MI Game Night and check us out on one of our many different website pages to find out where exactly we're going to be next week. East Lansing defends home field, and they win a regional championship in Division II. See everyone next time.